we bring you a brand new explosive story Rebirth with Billionaire System master only and only Hindi novel teller, where an ordinary boy suddenly becomes billions of wealth, mysterious system and dangerous the owner of the empire. In this story you will get luxury lifestyle, romance, comedy, business empire, mystery power, and such extravagant spending that the world is stunned to see will go. So without wasting time, let's get started. Let's master the Billionaire System story. Chapter 26 to 50 of Surya Mahal Royal. The atmosphere in the VIP hall of the hotel is currently it had changed a lot. Until recently, all people are going gaga over Ranveer Malhotra's crazy antics was just surprised. But now their faces the curiosity was also clearly visible. After all, one person who owns property worth crores only can buy a dog to keep. Suddenly claiming to have a rare royal, there are also secret recipes for dishes. Kavya Singhania slowly looked towards him. He bent down and asked, "You really know how to cook?" "Yes." Ranveer puffed out his chest with immense pride. "I never miss any opportunity for extravagant spending. It is against the principles. If in food, if money can be spent, then why should I lag behind? Should I stay?" Kavya held her head. Why do you associate things with wasteful expenditure?" "Yes." On the other hand, chubby Chef Virpal is still. I was drenched in sweat. He doesn't understand. I wondered if this rich boy was joking or telling the truth. "There is a hidden chef in me," Ranveer said. "Stretch your legs comfortably in a chair and speak." Began. "First course with 5 types of meat it will be made. Lamb tails, little pig ears, calf kidney, deer leg and rabbit special meat. All 5 in different ways it will have to be fried. Each piece will taste different. In total, 25 flavor variations will be created." The entire hall froze. Just by listening to the material, everyone realized how expensive this dish was. "It is about to happen." Then Ranveer mysteriously said with a smile, "And the name of this dish would be, who listens to the spiritual tune in the flute?" Servants, disciples and hotel staff are kissing each other's faces. Started watching. "Wow, I feel it just by hearing the name. It will be a dish worth crores." Then Ranveer told Kavya soar towards. "Come on, tell me, what does this mean?" Kavya kept thinking for a few seconds. Then his sparkle appeared in the eyes. 5 months and 25 tastes. That means a combination of 5 each. Flute-like, a different combination of shapes and tastes. Hence the name tune and spirituality were used in it. Ranveer laughed out loud. "Wow, my fiancée. She really turned out to be a sharp mind." Kavya immediately blushed. It fell. Then the same fiancée, but on her face a slight smile also appeared. On the other side, Chef Virpal was in bad condition. "Young master, this I have heard dish for the first time in my life. I can try. But if the method is if it is done wrong, the taste will be spoiled." Ranveer waved his hand. "No problem. Material you will get as much as you want. Just experiment." Then he started describing the second dish of the lotus made from leaves, bamboo shoots and cherries special soup. Picking the biggest and sweetest cherries will happen. Taking out its seeds, put the pigeon. Inside soft meat filling will be required. Then the rose petals, lotus leaves and special broth are used in this. Confidence in the eyes of Bar Virpal returned. "It can be possible." "But Kavya, think again." "I drowned. What is its real name?" Ranveer smiled. "First you tell." Kavya slowly said. "Cherry blossom, beautiful face. It is a symbol of a beautiful woman. Lotus and bamboo represents gentlemanliness." So maybe suddenly his eyes sparkled. "Oh, the pigeon." Slowly, as in old poems about love and the epitome of beauty. She then married Ranveer. Looking into his eyes, he said his name softly. "Ranveer will be happy for a few moments with his beautiful beloved." I stared at her, then slowly bit her lips. A smile appeared, almost perfect. He leaned forward slightly. "The real name is the auspicious soup of the beautiful and the gentleman." On hearing this, Kavya's heart suddenly started beating faster. It seemed to him that for the first time he felt that Ranveer's this madness is not just a show, it is. There is something deeper hidden inside. Stand around, people were also completely stunned. Understand them, I couldn't believe that this was the same boy who had come. In the morning lakhs of rupees were deposited outside Suryanagar Royal Academy. Was he getting his car broken into, or was he hiding something? The talented royal heir. At the same time, 9 faces, suddenly he started shouting again. "Young master immortal are, there is no such genius in the whole world will get. Extravagance in one hand and art in hand." The entire hall echoed. "Poetry." She turned her face away in shame. On the other side, Ranveer was now completely engrossed in eating. In total, more than 160 dishes were presented. But he could hardly eat 3 or 4 dishes, just touched it. Everything else was lying as it was. Finally, he patted his stomach in satisfaction. "Wow, the food was good today." Then he went to the hotel, looked at the staff, chains and waiters. "You people haven't eaten yet, right? Everything else finish it." Pack whatever you like and take it home. Go." The entire staff was stunned for a few seconds. It remained. The next moment, everyone's eyes were on. I was filled with gratitude. Which owner comes first? By organizing a feast worth crores on the same day, allowing employees to take leftover food home gives. At that very moment, in the hearts of many people, a genuine loyalty to Ranveer began to develop. Suryanagar, in the southwest corner of the city, villas located within the sprawling Malhotra Hills No. 16, was unusually quiet at this time. It had started to rain lightly outside, and the drops falling on the walls changed the whole atmosphere, was making it heavy. Luxurious drawing room inside, a middle-aged man comfortably drinking tea. There was confidence on his face, but the cold glint hidden in the eyes was clearly telling he was not an ordinary man. This was it, Mahendra Malhotra, Vikram Malhotra's younger brother and uncle of Ranveer Malhotra. He was sitting on the sofa in front of her, his son Arav Malhotra. A slight smile appeared on Arav's face. There was excitement. "Papa, this time what Ranveer said, withdraw money from our auto parts. The condition of the factory will improve considerably. If production increases in the next 2 months, our position in the family assembly is very strong. It will happen." Mahendra nodded with satisfaction shaken. "You did a good job this time. Having money in hand is the most important thing. Land, hotels and properties are useless until then, unless they give immediate profits." Then his voice became serious. "And remember, after 2 months, our upcoming Malhotra family gathering. This is the biggest opportunity of life." Arav's eyes sparkled. Malhotra family, the annual meeting, is the place where the family's real, the strength was fixed, the oldest in the family, and the influential members decide this every year. It was decided how much investment each branch would get, who the weak earn more and have more power. He gradually lost his importance in the family. Gives. This was the rule of the Malhotra Empire. Only those who give results will rise up. Whole about 60% of the family's total wealth control of the 3 oldest guardians. He was not the owner himself, but he was the protector of the empire. Every year there are new generations of people according to their abilities, used to hand over investments worth billions. Any one meeting, one could have become an industrialist directly after winning, and someone else lived his entire life on pocket money like alms would have remained. Therefore, family gatherings are just meetings. No, it was a war. Arav also took a fistful. "This once I left Vikram uncle's branch behind. Give. People always remember us because of Ranveer. I have been understanding less, but not now." Mahendra smiled. "Is good should be." Then he said in a low voice, "Although I also don't understand why Ranveer suddenly became so. How did it change?" In the room for a few seconds there was silence. In the last few days, Ranveer Malhotra is the talk of the town. Had already been paid. Buying land and cars worth crores, demolition, digging of a pond inside the hotel, placing orders, buying hundreds of dogs every. The incident seemed crazy, but the problem was that every crazy decision he makes is benefiting him. Arav gritted his teeth. "He just got lucky." Mahendra nodded slowly. "No, not just luck. I feel like there is something else behind." On the other hand, Ranveer's, it was being discussed that he was currently at Suryanagar Royal, deep in the academy class with head on the desk. I was sleeping. A real super fidget after all study by sitting in the expense class. From this, what could be more shameful? But Ranveer, who appears to be sleeping from outside, is seen sleeping inside. I'm looking at my system screen inside. He calculated quickly. 30 crores key property club expenses, car breakdown, hotel treat, but real expense in the system, only 1.5 lakh is visible. His eyebrows shrank. After thinking for a while, I understood. Meaning the system only costs the same, which is my own earnings, or directly. Be it with money I control the very next. The moment he put the system's points into health, health level suddenly rises to 46, warmth spread through his body. Now the situation was much better than before. Where first I used to get breathless even with mild fatigue. Now the body seemed to be stable. Ranveer thought. Mana took a deep breath. Now only parents wasting money won't work. Self, you'll have to earn it too. This feeling is very important to him. It was important. If she really cares about her body to make the system completely healthy, and if one wants to gain real power, one will have to build a business empire. At the same time, a sparkle appeared in his eyes. Night Queen Club, so far he's just spending for fun. But for the first time he thought seriously. Began. If I run that club myself and the money earned from there is spent wastefully, fly it. Slowly on her lips, dangerous, the smile spread. Probably super wasteful spending now. To really start building your empire was going to. Afternoon at Suryanagar Royal Academy. It was noisy as always, but the atmosphere was a little different today. Across campus only one name was echoing. Ranveer Malhotra asks someone to get his car broken. I was talking about someone worth crores of rupees. I was discussing buying a property. So some are fond of his extravagant royal feasts, was spreading rumors about it. Even he was also heard on the official student forum of the college, and Kavya Singhania's pictures went viral. It was already done. Someone called Kavya outside the classroom, had posted a photo of waiting for. Someone uploaded pictures of both of them walking together, and that picture was the most talked about, in which Kavya was seen with her face red with shame. She was hiding and sitting in Ranveer's limousine. There was a flood of comments all over the forum. Oh God, our college goddess is super wasteful after all. She left with the expenses. My heart is broken. Ranveer Bhai really shook the entire college. Gave. He also considered a girl like Kavya his own, pulled to the side. This man is dangerous. Second, on the other hand, Kavya Singhania was in bad condition. As soon as he saw that post on the forum, the face turned red like a tomato. These people are crazy, what is it? He gritted his teeth and turned to his mobile phone. She was staring at the screen. But rest before him, Ranveer is just smiling, sprawled on the sofa. Was. Wow, our pair is quite popular. Went. Kavya picked up the pillow and turned towards him. Through, shut up. Ranveer laughs at the pillow caught you. The truth was that he had heard these rumors. There was no problem with it. Rather, it makes his super extravagant character get stronger had been. At the same time, he lost his expensive mobile phone, took it out and opened the class group. Now that she had decided that she would go to the Queen's Club at night, the first real income of his empire. If you want to make a place, the start should also be explosive. Needed, he quickly typed the message, tonight, 8 p.m. Western Ring Road Night Rani Club. The entire club is free for anyone who comes. Lifetime VIP membership and special surprises will get. The entire group went crazy as soon as the message was sent. It happened. Wow, long live Ranveer Bhai. Tonight then there will be an explosion. The entire second year will come. Ranveer smiled. This is what he wanted. Ordinary people get scared even after seeing free things. But rich, spoiled boys and girls are different. Wherever you see an opportunity to spend money, they run themselves. And the bigger the crowd, the bigger the expense, the bigger the system benefit. He rested his head back comfortably. Fun tonight, he will come only then. Kavya looked at her suspiciously. What are you going to do next? He asked. Ranveer gave a mysterious smile. Just a little money, I will fly. Kavya rolled her eyes. A few words for you are the best in the world. It is a dangerous word. Shortly after college, it's off now. As soon as Ranveer came out of class, he came out and saw Kavya standing at a distance. I saw him waiting. Students nearby immediately started whispering. Look again now. It is a strong relationship. Kavya is really into Ranveer. She is roaming around with me. Kavya almost ground with shame I was going to make it. But Ranveer, he went to her calmly and said, come on, let's go see the dogs today. The same dogs again, Kavya almost screamed. You really are, so bought them all. Ranveer said proudly, absolutely, and now a special royal park for them too, I will get it made. After all, billionaire dog ordinary place, but it will be a little longer. Kavya raised her hand with both hands, covered the face with. He is now slowly realizing. It was beginning to seem that Ranveer's mind was really not like normal humans. But most the dangerous thing was that she was halfway to this madness. It was becoming more and more. At the same time, many people from Suryanagar private groups of large business families, Ranveer's photos and videos went viral. Some people were making fun of him, but some elderly industrialists quietly, they began to look carefully because they understood. It has happened many times in history that some crazy boy of the new generation is the future, becomes the most dangerous king, and perhaps Ranveer Malhotra was also a similar storm. There is a ruckus at Suryanagar Royal Academy right now. Ranveer Malhotra had not even calmed down. Once again to show a new spectacle to the entire city set out, but this time it was a case of car breaking, or it was not meant to be a feast worth crores. This time it was a matter of dogs, and that too one or two, no, full 400. At this time Ranveer is by himself. The second hotel purchased was Swan Mahal. I was standing in the huge lobby hall of Vishramdam, and there was a scene before him, and seeing it any normal person can lose his mental balance. Lose it. 400 dogs all over the hall were running away. 100 Tibetan Mastiffs, 100 Chow Chows, 100 Huskies and 100 miniature Samoyeds. Little dogs running after little dogs were. Big dogs growl at bigger dogs were living. Huskies bite everything like crazy, and the Samoyeds were jumping like they got free electricity. Yes, the entire floor was filled with white hair. From a distance, it looked like a hotel. It may have snowed inside in the month of June. The hotel staff hid behind the wall in fear, were standing clinging to each other. No one was able to understand whether he is doing a job or some wild man. The birds are trapped in the house. On the other side, Kavya Singhania's situation was even more interesting. His eyes had grown so large that it seemed she would come out any minute. That's a full 2 minutes staring at the scene in front of her without blinking doing. This is 400 dogs. Ranveer proudly, he extended his hand from "How did you like my royal dog army project?" Kavya said in a trembling voice. I asked, "Did you really buy so many for?" Ranveer said with a very serious face. Of course, a real billionaire is one whose dogs are more luxurious than ordinary people. Live life. Then a small white Samoyed rolling, it hit Ranveer's feet. Small, chubby body, snow-white fur, and innocent eyes. Ranveer immediately sat down and stroked his head. Small Samoyed happiness, he started laughing with his tongue out. Wow, Ranveer's eyes sparkled. It even smiles is. He immediately picked her up in his lap. Today your name will be Moti. Little Samoyed immediately yelped as if he liked the name. You must have come. Kavya's heart melted at that very moment. Oh, is so cute. In a short while he also chose a small chow chow. His brown, looking at the round face and lazy eyes, he himself couldn't stop it. Ranveer immediately ordered everyone should choose their own dog. The 3 male disciples were immediately the eldest Tibetan rushed to the Mastiff. After all, the most dangerous and scary dog was needed. On the other hand, Redeemer and the other girls Hansky chose. After 5 minutes the entire procession was ready. 3 disciples in the front, huge Tibetan Mastiff was carrying it. On their faces, it felt as if you had just returned after winning a war. Ranveer in the middle holds his Samoyed Moti in his lap. I was walking with sunglasses on. His Kavya is also shyly holding her lips. She was walking with her head bowed, the rest of the people behind. As soon as this group of dogs came out on the road, the entire area froze. Oh God, so many dogs. Are these people organizing a dog show? No, brother. This is Ranveer Malhotra, the very next. The entire road echoed with the howling of dogs, picking. The Tibetan Mastiffs roared. Hansky. They were screaming. Samoyeds were jumping and chow chow. They were walking as if they were the real masters of the world. That's it. People move aside on the roadside. Sound of clearing throat started giving. Many the little children started crying out of fear. But Ranveer is walking proudly wearing sunglasses, as if he were the commander of a royal army. Path suddenly his eyes fell on a salon. He immediately held Kavya's hand and went inside. Got in. 9 disciples and 10 dogs outside. They stood like guards. Salon guy, the poor guy, was already scared. Jazzy sir, haircut. Ranveer nodded seriously. Yes, but not ours. He sat on Kavya's lap. He pointed towards Shao Chacho. Its hair, have to change the style. Are they in the hands of the salon owner? The scissors fell from it. 10 minutes later when he came out, Shao Cho was present in Kavya's lap. People standing on the road were stunned after seeing this, because now he looks just like a little panda. It was visible. Black, white fur, round face and innocent eyes. Laughter and screams the whole way filled with. But what was the most dangerous thing? Ranveer did not pay for the haircut. I bought the entire salon. About 1 hour later, the entire convoy reached the western edge of the city. Access to a secluded green area built on Went. There was a large grassy field in front, his dense forest behind, and about 60 meters in the middle high green hill. A clear river flows below. It was going far away towards Fulsar Lake. The atmosphere was so peaceful and beautiful that the city it was almost impossible to find such a scene in the middle. Ranveer I stared at the hill silently for a while, remained. The wind gently stirs her hair was being. Then suddenly he raised his hand and he pointed towards the hill. I love this hill, needed everyone froze. Ranveer completed, said seriously, from today onwards I will not let my dogs, I will rotate it here. Suryanagar city, the green hills on the western shore. Meanwhile, a strange but magnificent scene is taking place. Had been. Ranveer Malhotra with his 400 dogs roaming the open field with the royal army had been. There was the scent of grass in the air. Away the sound of the flowing river makes the atmosphere calm. But that peace was constantly disturbed by the husky screams, roars of Tibetan mastiffs, and Choo-Choo's strange growl was breaking it. Kavya Singhania was now completely exhausted. She held the little panda in her hands, looked at Lu Chow Chow and then at Ranveer stared. You know, normal people. Keep 1 or 2 dogs. Ranveer enjoyed the sunshine. He adjusted his glasses and proudly said, normal. People look at their electricity bills at the end of the month, are afraid. How can I be normal? Just then a huge Tibetan man walked in front. The mastiff suddenly ran towards a tree, and I urinated there with full pride. Ranveer's the eyes sparkled. He immediately raised both his hands stretched out and started singing dramatically. Gave. That beautiful morning of the year 2026 was. A Tibetan in the hills of Suryanagar, the mastiff urinated in a circular motion. The entire ground went silent for a few seconds. Then his disciples shouted together, "Wow, young master, what is the song?" Kavya with both hands covered the face. "Oh God, who am I? Hanging out with a human." But Ranveer Puri, he was looking seriously towards the hill. "There is a hint," he said in a mysterious voice. "I hope this hill will be mine. I will put my own stone here. I will build a royal dog park." Then from behind suddenly, a loud engine sound echoed, a shiny. The red sports car kicked up dust. She came back and stopped. The car was so amazing, looks like a piece of art on the street was. The body bent down, the shining tooth, the frame and the winged G symbol in front. It was clearly stating that this was the world's one of the most expensive sports car brands was. Garuda Speed. Ranveer's disciples immediately became alert. The 3 Tibetan masters started growling. A few seconds later, the door opened. First one came out, about 2022, a young boy of about 1 year, arrogant in the face, a smile, a slight coolness in the eyes and a sense of movement, clear arrogance in his style. One came after him, extremely beautiful and tall girl, wearing black silk hair, fair skin, slim waist, long legs and high heels with black stockings. His a strange kind of cold attractiveness in beauty was, like fire hidden in snow. Ranveer, right now I was trying to identify both of them. His driver immediately bowed down. "Greetings, young master. Aryan salutes, Miss Mittalini." Upon hearing this, Ranveer understood that the family members and maybe not friends. Boy standing in front, Aryan Malhotra, slowly moved forward and smiled. "I was thinking on the way, after all, who could take out such a crazy procession? Then I understood. This work can only be done by our super. Only Ranveer Bhai can spend wastefully." There was clear sarcasm in his voice. "Ranveer knows if you replied while scratching, then you too. Do you want a dog? I have 400. Like if yes, then choose it." His disciples immediately became proud, started smiling. But Aryan laughed out loud. "Fell, brother, you are truly the greatest person in history. It turned out to be useless, 400 dogs. Then Kavya suddenly she came forward. "What is a problem?" he said angrily. "Ranveer can do whatever he wants." "Why are you having trouble?" Aryan said, eyebrow raised. "Oh, so this is the same Singhania family. She is a girl." He from top to bottom, he looked at Kavya and said with a smile, "Beautiful, yes, but my luck is a bit bad. After all, you chose a man like Ranveer." Kavya immediately flared up, went, "I did not choose, but Ranveer suddenly put my hand in the middle." "Wow," she sighed and smiled. "Fighting for me, yes." Kavya's face immediately turned red. "Shut up." On the other hand, Aryan is still laughing, had been. "Ranveer Bhai, your wasteful expenditure, the whole family makes fun of him, heard. This year you've only burned money so far." Then Miss Nalini, who had been standing silent till now, said coldly, said the voice. "Stop it, Aryan." His voice, there was such pressure that Aryan immediately became silent, went. Then she looked at Ranveer. There was both kindness and curiosity in his eyes. "Ranveer, you were the hope of the entire family in your childhood." "Were." She spoke softly, but now she had finished. "I left the matter." Ranveer looks at her for a few seconds, remained. Then suddenly he smiled. "Now what am I?" Miss Nalini remained silent. Maybe he has. The answer was. But she did not want to say it. Ranveer put both his hands in his pockets and laughed. "Fell, no problem. You guys make money, keep at it. I started spending money. After all, every person in the world has his own, there is talent." His disciples immediately cried out, "Wow, young master is right. Wasteful expenditure too, it is art." Miss Nalini looked at Ranveer for a few moments, looked silently. Then he took a slow breath because he suddenly realized he was standing in front of him. No matter how crazy this boy may seem, there was no fear in the eyes at all, and the most dangerous people in families are the ones. There are those who have no fear of losing anything. Standing amidst the green hills of Suryanagar, Minalini's Lal Garuda Speed Sports. The car kicks up dust in seconds. She disappeared. But even after he left, there was a strange heaviness in the atmosphere. Ranveer Malhotra is still standing at the same place. I was looking towards the hill, while Poetry Singhania silently looks at him. The truth was that the girl who had just left from here, her presence changed the entire atmosphere, had given Minalini Malhotra, the family's brightest young businessman, one of the women. Only 24 years old, owner of property worth crores in, even big industrialists are cautious about it. Used to talk. And on the other side was Ranveer, who, the whole family jokes about being a super wasteful spender, used to fly. Kavya gently kisses Ranveer, looked to the side. He is still completely carefree in his standing with a small Samoyed holding Moti in her lap, was as if nothing had happened. After all, he himself couldn't stop it. "Didn't you feel bad?" Ranveer raised his eyebrows. "What? Mr. Nalini, what she says, there was a family meeting about your future. Ranveer remained silent for a few seconds and then suddenly smiled at me just to blow money. Everyone else is interested in making money worry, his disciples immediately shouted. Wow, young master, this is the real idea. Wasteful expenditure. Kavya held her head. But on the other hand, Ranveer was now lost in thought. Family gathering, he repeated in his mind. Yet he doesn't fully understand the rules of this world. I had come, but now the picture was becoming clear. The Malhotra family is a typical wealthy family. Was not there. It was a whole empire, and the annual family gathering is actually a war. Was, where the strength of the next generation's heirs, it was decided. Whoever earns more money, only those who expand their business will rise. Who turned out to be weak, he would gradually be pushed aside. Only then the driver said softly, Young master, are you not really attending family gatherings? What? Ranveer, taking off his sunglasses, asked, What happens there? The driver some. The seconds remained silent. Then he said, The whole family showing your earning and potential to the new generation it occurs. Whose business grows the fastest, billions of rupees invested by his family, it is available. A slight sparkle in Ranveer's eyes emerged. Oh, now he understood that Nalini, and why were people like Aryan so serious. But the next moment he shrugged his shoulders and lazily he said, What do I have to do with him? I have come to spend money. Inside, but his mind was working fast. If I should earn money myself and then give it to the system. If I spend through this, the points I get are many, will increase times. This was the real way. Only the system is completely ruined by the father's money, was not feeling satisfied. His own, you will have to build an empire. Only then is real development will be. But all this was a matter for later. At present his eyes were fixed on the huge hill standing in front. The fragrance of trees was floating in the air. Below the river was flowing. The dogs ran away, were living. Suddenly Ranveer put both his hands on his waist and said loudly, This place is really wonderful, it is. Kavya immediately looked at him with suspicion. What are you thinking now? He asked. Ranveer said, finger up the hill in all seriousness, picked up. I will buy this whole hill. What? Kavya almost screamed. The driver also slowed down, asked, What does the young master want to be here? Summer Resort Luxury Hotel. Redeemer immediately took out his mobile phone to note down the order. Can do it. But the very next moment Ranveer gave such an answer that everyone froze. Why the resort will I make it? He asked in surprise. I'm here. I will build a fort. The entire field fell silent. Ranveer was now fully energized. He, in a dramatic voice, stretching out his hands towards the hill, said, A big wooden fort will be built above. All four, there will be side walls down my legs. There will be an army of dogs and I will sow it. Inflated, I am the bandit king of this hill I will become. Kavya raised her head with both hands. Caught you. Oh God! But Ranveer did not stop. There will be a large throne above and a bonfire will be lit at night. Whoever comes here will pay tax first, and then his 6 Young was now completely excited. Master, we will become your mountain emperor. The army of dogs will become the commander. The driver will conquer the world quietly. He looked at me, and in his 20 years of service he had done a lot. I had seen rich people, but this was the first time I had seen someone like this. I saw the one who bought a mountain worth crores, the robber, wanted to build a fort there. At the same time Ridhima's phone rang. He immediately called, picked up. After a few seconds she came to Ranveer and softly spoke. The young master said that if you like this hill, I will talk to the land department tomorrow and buy it. Ranveer's eyes lit up. Wow. Then he said in all seriousness and speaking up, the throne will also be made. Ridhima was silent for a few seconds, doing. Then finally he bowed his head in defeat. Took. Young master at the same time on the other side, a huge palace inside the Malhotra hills. The atmosphere in the villa was unusually quiet. The night was getting darker. But Vikram Malhotra, still standing in his private study, Suryanagar, was looking at a huge map of the city. His eyes repeatedly turned to the Western Ring Road. I was going to the area where Ranveer was today. He was insisting on buying the hill. Second on the other side, Savita Malhotra is sitting lightly on the sofa. She was looking at him with a smile. Ranveer, how did he suddenly become interested in buying hills? Climbed up? He asked softly. The place, beautiful but very commercial, doesn't look special. Vikram pointed to the map, rotated. The area of Ratrani Club was different. There is a residential area there. Land price grows rapidly, but this place, he exhaled lightly. Just empty here. There are hills, forests and Fulsar Lake. Large around, not easy to build. Investment more, it will cost less, but you will get less benefit. So far, no one, the developer, didn't seriously touch it. Savita slowly got up and came to him and held the hand. Still, if Ranveer likes it, if you have it, then buy it. motherly look on his face. There was a soft smile. Land is very expensive anyway, and if the Western Ring, if the route really becomes an economic zone, then there will definitely be some benefit. Vikram laughed. You know, when it comes to Ranveer, so you accept everything. Savita felt proud. He said that he is my son. A few seconds both remained silent. Then Vikram looked at the map, said, the place is actually not bad. There are hills behind. If the lake in front is right, it's amazing if developed properly. It can become a private resort. Savita's eyes, the shock arose, and Ranveer was there with his dogs. He will roam around with you like a king. Both laughed together fell. On the other hand, the Ranveer we are talking about, she was really like a mountain bandit right now. He was roaming around like a Sardar, he is, the whole hill with an army of dogs. After taking a detour, he now sat on the banks of Fulsar Lake. The cool night breeze was blowing. Of the lake, the reflection of the moon was shining in the water. The little Samyad Moti sleeps curled up in her lap had already been paid. While Kavya is seen in her panda look, she was caressing Xiao Xiao. Ranbir said with satisfaction, saw all around. Wow, this place is really mine. It is worth becoming. Kavya rolled her eyes. Will you really build a bandit fort here? Ranveer immediately said proudly. Absolutely, above it will be my throne. Down Dog's army. And you smiled at Kavya saw. You will be my mountain queen. What? Kavya's face turned red again. Don't drag me into your madness. Ranveer, he made an innocent face and said, but you are already hanging out with me. Kavya said angrily, punching him lightly on the arm hit, but the smile on his face was clear, was visible. Meanwhile, running behind driver Wangdev stopped quietly. He looked at Ranbir carefully several times. Then slowly his eyes began to widen it. How is it possible? He thought to himself, because he was with the Malhotra family for 20 years. He knew Ranveer's condition best. Weak body since childhood, walking 100-200 meters, shortness of breath and sudden collapse. This is his, there was life. But today Ranveer is about 2. I had walked more than a kilometer. First hotel. From the hill, then the lake, then the entire plain. But there was not even a trace of fatigue on his face. Yes, breath it was a little fast, but the body was stable it. The former was impossible for Ranveer. Driver, his heart started beating faster. After all, Vikram secretly took out his mobile phone and called Malhotra. Call on the other side. As soon as I woke up, Vikram's voice came. Yes, Wangdev. The driver was almost shaking with excitement. Sir, a big thing has happened. A very big thing. Vikram immediately became serious. What about Ranveer? Happened? No, the driver quickly said. That's it. The thing is, young master is absolutely fine. Second, there was silence for a few seconds. The driver, he continued to speak rapidly. Today we are dogs roamed around the entire area with this. Hill Lake field total 2 kilometers, from more. But the young master is not even tired, Hui. On hearing this, suddenly Savita came from there. A voice came. Is it true? His voice was trembling. The driver said firmly, yes. Madam, I am seeing it with my own eyes. Earlier I used to get breathless after 100 meters. Today he is continuously walking. Suddenly on the other side there was silence. Then in a low voice, Savita, the sound of crying started coming. Vikram's voice, it had also become heavy. Wangdev, carefully take care of them. If anything seems unusual, so tell me immediately. Study room as soon as the phone is disconnected. No one spoke for a few seconds inside. Tears of joy flowed from Savita's eyes. Vikram, our son, is probably really fine. It has started happening. Vikram slowly closed his eyes. I did it. For the first time in years, there was an expression on his face like that of a father. There may have been hope at last. The very next moment he turned towards the door and fired with all his might, shouted from. Everyone immediately go to the main hall. Gather together. Currently, Vikram Malhotra has with the order, the entire palace villa is like I came alive. Completed in a few minutes, there is chaos in Malhotra Hills became. The servants were running away. Gardener flowers were changing. Cleaners clean, every corner was shining, and Chief Manager Raghuveer Singh, he himself was inspecting the entire villa. Today, more than normal power in his face, there was seriousness. He did his best, wearing a white shirt, black coat, and shiny shoes were. His straight waist and sharp eyes clearly tell that he was not an ordinary servant, but highly trained for royal families. Category manager, the roses over there. Change it, he loudly ordered the chief. The curtains in the hall are not appropriate for this occasion. Looks, and this wall lamp is still clean, why did not? If anyone today, if you are careless, pack your things and get out. We'll go. The atmosphere in the entire villa was such that some big festival is about to come. But the only reason was Ranveer Malhotra, improvement in health. The third floor on the other side, Vikram Malhotra in the private study room of and Savita Malhotra was sitting alone. The most important room in the entire villa was considered. Thousands of rare books, business files, and secrets the documents were present. But the most valuable thing was the huge black wall in front. Countless white and red squares on that wall, strange symbols, codes, and calculations were written. If someone outside saw him, he understands children's nonsense. Magar Malhotra. The original members of the family knew that the wall is worth more than the entire villa, because Vikram Malhotra has every big business plan, every investment idea, and the first blueprint of the empire's expansion was on that very wall. But he used to write. In the last 20 years, the ideas on the wall have earned him made him the owner of crores. Vikram, for a while, he kept looking at that wall silently. Then suddenly, without hesitation, he took a large piece of the middle, deleted the part. Already written there, the scheme alone was worth hundreds of crores, but he cleaned it without regret. Then he slowly wrote in capital letters, April 14. Ranveer's health improves, start. Just this small line, but that line, the price is no less than an empire for them. Vikram completed it for the first time after writing it. He calmed down and went and sat near the window. He lit a cigarette and slowly blew smoke. I closed my eyes while leaving. Savita's eyes had become moist. In so many years he had told Vikram this way only twice, had seen. The first time they both got married, had decided, and the second time they found out, it was said that Ranveer was about to be born. After a while, Vikram smiled. Many years today, it feels really good afterward. Then looking at Savita, he said, I think Ranveer should be given more money. If he has happy lives and his body is recovering, I'll let him spend as much as he wants. Savita laughed. You lost your mind in happiness, yes. Don't just hand over 50 crore directly, Vikram said, asked jokingly. So how much 5 crores is enough? Savita smiled and said, otherwise people will start suspecting. Vikram laughed out loud. If my son is completely healthy, if he goes, I will happily give him even 500 crore. On the other hand, Ranveer Malhotra is facing trouble in the house. This storm was completely unpredictable. The time he spent entirely on his super extravagant was in Avatar. Outside the Night Queen Club, the scene is no less than a luxury car show. It didn't seem like it. Shiny sports cars, expensive SUVs, exotic supercars and limousines lined up all over the parking lot. Red, black, gold, blue, every color, cars worth crores were present there. Road people passing by take intermittent pictures were taking. Anyone could have guessed that here today, the richest spoiled boys and girls in town, there is a meeting going on. Crowded and noisy inside the club, it was at its peak. Ranveer is relaxing on the VIP sofa he was sitting stretched out, while around him his new friends and classmates were gathered. Lingesh, he said enthusiastically, Ranveer bhai, this club is fantastic. You did a great job by buying this cave. On the other hand, Dushyant immediately flattered of, I feel the richness in the air here. There is a fragrance. Jia with ponytail, he said with jealous eyes, we are leaving home. They yearn to withdraw even 1 or 2 lakh rupees. And Ranveer bhai spent crores like this, bought the club. You are truly an idol, but Lakshya sitting in the corner still scrunches his nose had been. I don't find this place special. The location is average. Traffic is also less. Money, I just drowned it. Sitting next to her girlfriend Vedika immediately elbowed him. Mari, please keep quiet. You keep burning all the time. But Ranveer was not angry at all. He just laughed because by now he understood. People form groups everywhere. Some people will praise him. Some will be jealous of him, and some will just follow him. But from this it doesn't matter because the whole club is at this point. It was echoing with his name. Then Redeemer, she slowly came closer to him and whispered in his ear, Young master, 2 people outside want to meet you. Ranveer lazily asked who. Redeemer waited for a few seconds, a boy and a girl. Both do not look ordinary. Ranveer's eyes, a slight glow emerged. The real game at last, maybe it was about to start now. Night Queen Club, at this time in the most luxurious VIP hall of music, laughter, and the smell of expensive wine spread had happened. Crores in the parking lot outside. The cars were parked in a queue. Inside the city, spoiled boys and girls from rich families were immersed in fun, and in the middle of it all he was sitting stretched out on the big sofa. Ranveer Malhotra placed both his feet in front of the glass were resting on the table. 2 beautiful girls pressing his shoulders, and in his lap the little Samoyed Moti was lying comfortably. But despite this comfortable environment, Ranveer's face did not look completely satisfied. The reason was clear. His legs became slightly numb. They were starting to happen. He calculated in his mind approximately 2 to 5 kilometers. After the trip, the same thing. The condition means the body is not completely well yet happened. His health is now much better than before. It was better, but still he is completely healthy. It was quite far away. Therefore, It is most important for him. The thing was still the same, wasting money. Only then Redeemer slowly came near him and bowed down. Said, "Young master, the man who came outside, I have finalized the sale of my channel." Ranveer's eyes lit up. "Oh, he immediately," he asked, sitting up straight. "For how much?" "That 3 he was asking for crores," Redeemer said slowly, "but I said as you said." Finally he agreed for 24 lakh, and he added with a slight smile, 5 from your home, crores have also been transferred to your card R. Ranveer's heart jumped with joy. Wow, this is what was needed. Another great opportunity wasted of expenses. He made a quick decision without thinking. Okay. No installments needed. Give me the full amount now. Our channel Redeemer. She stared at him for a few seconds. To be honest, now till then she also tries to understand Ranveer's thinking. I had left because this man had left without even looking at me. Without asking, he is just running at a loss. I used to buy the business after listening to it, but for him, the scariest thing was that till now Ranveer's every crazy decision turns out to be right in the end. As soon as the payment is completed, a familiar metallic sound in Ranveer's head. It echoed. Second expense mission complete, total additional coefficient, received 30 health, the level is being raised. The very next moment, Ranveer felt as if his whole body warm golden energy rushed through. His nerves, muscles and bones seemed to rebuild was being. The sound of footsteps disappeared. Breath it became lighter. The heaviness in the head is gone. Even the world before his eyes, it also started looking clearer than before. He gently clenched his fist. Amazing. Now for the first time she felt that her body was really. It has started getting closer to normal people. First, where the condition worsens after walking for a while, she used to go, now she feels strength from within. It was happening, and then a new sound came from the system. Third mission continues. 15 crores in 1 month spend, additional reward 15 coefficients. All when the base quality is 100, the system moves to the next level. Will go. Ranveer remained silent for a few seconds. Then suddenly he laughed. Wow, he thought to himself, so far I'm only at the beginner level. There was a wasteful expenditure of 15 crore in a month. This much money a normal person spends in his entire life, I can't even imagine seeing it. But now Ranveer was not feeling scared but was feeling excited. This was happening because the more the expenditure, the more power. Then Redeemer came to him again. Young master, that other woman is still, she is waiting. Ranveer also picked it up. Who wanted to meet you alone? Redeemer said softly. I have done a thorough investigation, I have got it done, no danger. Oh, Ranveer scratched my head, I nearly forgot. He slowly stood up and walked with Redeemer. Quiet private corridors within the club moved to the side. 2 long ones on the way, bodyguards were standing outside the door. Ranveer, as soon as he came, both of them bowed down. Everything is safe, young master. Ranveer nodded and he opened the door and went inside. Inside the room, a woman of about 27-28 years was sitting. Her face was beautiful, but it was deeply worried. It was clearly visible, his fingers. She was continuously tapping on the table. Like you have been sitting under stress for a long time. To Ranveer, she immediately stood up as soon as she saw it. Do you? Is it Ranveer Malhotra? Ranveer is relaxing on the sofa but sat down. Yes, it is me. Tell me what, is there any work? The woman hesitated for a few seconds. Then suddenly his eyes filled with tears. Young master, please save our madam. Ranveer, almost water, I would spit it out. What? He asked with surprise. If you want to save someone, go to the police. I'm not a flying superhero. The woman started shaking her head rapidly. No, it is not like that. He took a deep breath. I am our madam's manager. Case Entertainment is connected to the world. Internal political pressure, and she paused for a few seconds. Then she spoke softly, unspoken rules. Ranveer scratches his nose in boredom and let out a deep breath. Then all seriousness, this circle of you, really, it is very dangerous. This circle of yours is true, I am very dangerous. Ranveer Malhotra. He exhaled deeply, scratching his nose. The female manager sitting in front looked at me for a few seconds. She became completely silent. Shame on her face, helplessness and hope appear together. We're living. But he is here today, his last hope, she had brought it. So there is no question of getting angry. Was not there. He quickly bowed his head and she said, young master, you misunderstood. If we people should compromise like everyone else, if you wanted to, why would you come here to ask for help? Ranveer also picked it up. Oh, now for the first time interest is a little bigger. After all, the entertainment world, the stories were usually the same. Money, power and compromise, but here the matter seems different. He waved his hand. Okay, take it easy. Tell me the whole story. The female manager took a deep breath. Lee took it and slowly began to speak. Our madam's name is Nayantara Kapoor. Since childhood his voice was very beautiful. School and she used to sing in every program in college. Later he acted in Suryanagar film and enrolled in the Music Institute. One their large entertainment group, Viraj Entertainment, the media people noticed him. Ranveer kept listening silently. All good in the beginning was. Female dialect album, training. Small show, but a few months ago the owner of the company noticed it fell on them. He clearly said that if you want to grow, you will have to come closer, he speaks. She stopped speaking. His eyes had turned red. But our madam refused, and later he also kissed her lips. His father's job has gone. Pressure started being put on the house. Show closed were done. Trapping them in a contract. Preparations to disappear from the industry should begin. Went. There was silence in the room for a few seconds. Ranveer slowly leaned back on the sofa. Now he had understood the whole thing. The matter is straightforward, was. A girl who refused to bow down, and now it is being suppressed with full force, was. But what was the most interesting thing? All this was associated with the entertainment industry, and Ranveer suddenly I felt that this world was a waste of money. It can prove to be a treasure for expensive movies, big sets, superstars, promotions, music, parties. Money here like a river could have been shed on her lips. Slowly a smile emerged. Interesting, he said softly. Female manager immediately forward, bent over. Young master, if you could help me out. Ranveer raised his hand and stopped him. One thing first, tell. Yes. This is Viraj Entertainment Media, where from? The woman quickly replied. Located in the center of the Western Ring Road. Ranveer, on the 12th floor of Suryaprabha Tower, immediately looked at Redeemer. Do you know? Redeemer replied without hesitation. Yes, it is a very big entertainment company. The last few many singers and actors have been produced over the years. Good in the music and web series industry. There is a catch. Ranveer scratched his chin while thinking. So can we buy this company? The female manager's heart almost stopped upon hearing this. Went. But Redeemer thought for a few seconds, and later he nodded. The company is in trouble right now. It is growing rapidly. Owner might sell. He wouldn't want to, and the price would be too high. Ranveer pursed his lips. We are just someone spending 100-200 crores for a stranger girl. It will be a bit too much. Then suddenly sound of throat clearing, his eyes sparkle got up. So we buy the building. Redeemer, then she smiled. Suryaprabha Tower in the city, it is one of the most expensive commercial areas. It won't be easy to buy it. Ranveer something, second kept thinking. Then suddenly Redeemer, I remembered something. Young master, she spoke softly today when we went to the hilly area. About 200 meters away from there is a 16-story building. The office building was visible. Chandrodaya Bhavan there. There are not many companies. Half the floors are empty, it seemed so. Perhaps the owner is willing to sell. Ranveer's eyes lit up. That's all that's needed was. He immediately imagined his own film company's chance to spend huge amounts of money, big set, new actors, fail in the film. What it will be a wonderful life. She squirts enthusiastically, almost on the couch, jumped out. Redeemer G, young master, find out immediately. If the building is being sold, then I will buy it. Yes. Redeemer immediately goes out, has gone. On the other hand, female manager still, she was sitting worried. At last he dared ask young master, our Madam Ranveer something. Second remained silent, then suddenly said them here. Call the judge if he has a really good voice. Ranveer smiled and said, I will listen to you first. She spread her legs comfortably and made a dramatic gesture. I said anyway, I want to make my own film, and building a music empire sounds like a lot of fun. Here's what Ranbir Malhotra said, that he met Nayanthara Kapoor at the Ratani Club. He wants to call and listen to the song. Sitting in front, the female manager's face turned pale. Went. He looked around nervously. Outside, loud music, the smell of alcohol, screaming people and spoiled rich boys who spend millions. Girls. This environment is for any ordinary girl could have scared someone, he said softly. Young master, there are too many people here. I fear madam will get scared. Ranveer relaxed. He took a swig of juice and laughed. More people, it is a good thing to happen. The real singer is, there is someone who can stop the crowd with his voice. If 100 people are not impressed even after listening to it, then what will he do in a crowd of millions, woman? The manager remained silent for a few seconds. After all, he too, she thought this was her last hope. If nothing happens today, then in front of Nayanthara only two paths will remain. Either Viraj bow down to the entertainment boss or disappear from the industry for the rest of your life. Go. He finally pulled out his phone through clenched teeth. Okay, I'll call them. He quickly go to the corner of the room and talk. It started. On the other hand, Ranveer is still sitting comfortably on the sofa, but he was sitting stretched out. He looked towards Redeemer, saw. This Viraj Entertainment is really so. It is big. Redeemer replied without hesitation. Given that the entertainment industry is not very developed yet is. That's why even a little success is considered big. She goes. In the last 2 years he has made successful films. Both combined earned around 60 crore. So right now the industry, his position is quite strong. Ranveer something second kept thinking, just 2 more films. So much name, slowly excitement on his face, it started emerging. If the film of this world, if the industry is so weak, then it means here to spend money and build an empire. There are countless opportunities for both. Large sets, expensive songs, unnecessary explosions, luxury shooting location, he imagined in his mind, and the eyes sparkled. Making movies really looks like fun. Then the lady manager came back. There was a little hope on his face now. Young Master Madam is on the way, Ranveer said, nodded. Is good. If their voices echo to me, if they like it, they will sign my new company. Will do, I will pay the contract money. The woman manager's eyes filled with tears upon hearing this. Because this boy sitting in front wants as much as he wants. It may seem crazy and wasteful, but for him he was no less than an angel. Out at the same time, Dushyant came inside peeping from there. Ranveer, brother, he said excitedly. That's your surprise. Where is the gift? The whole class is waiting. Ranveer immediately smiled. Oh, remember right, got it. He pointed his finger towards Redeemer. Bring in all the little masters. Redeemer, I understood immediately. Yes, young master. Only a few minutes later, the history of the Night Queen Club. The most insane scene began. Big hundreds of breeds of dogs in cages, they started being brought inside. Small Samoyed chubby chow chow learning husky giant Tibetan mastiff, small puppies large hounds complete club. If you suddenly see a video of a luxury dog, if you like it, please subscribe to the channel and keep listening to Rith with Billionaire System Master only in Hindi novel tier at Expo. The next moment the entire halt was transformed into screams. The girls started shouting with joy. Oh, so cute, I want this one, look. Look at his eyes, they are so bright. She screamed so that the people sitting nearby started covering their ears. The condition of the boys was no different. Many ran straight towards the Tibetan Mastiff. After all, who can sell such a huge and scary breed for free? Would you leave? The entire club in just 10 minutes it had changed. One in each student's hand, there was a dog. Someone is loving me in their arms was. Someone was taking a selfie. Someone to pillow, he was playing with it on the table. Dushyant Garv caressing the head of his little Tibetan Mastiff had been. Wow, Ranveer, I understood. That you will get something big today. Lingish on the other hand, he was jumping with joy after seeing his uncle. Now no matter what my family says, I will say it. Given by Ranveer Bai. Live your smile, she was laughing after seeing it. This is absolutely insane, but very funny. And on the other hand, Kavya Singhania in his panda look. Cha-chow chow, she was sitting with it in her lap, but his face was a little embarrassed. Ranveer, she said softly, you painted my dog like a panda. Why did you get it done? Everyone is staring. Seeing her, Ranveer said proudly, fashion. Kavya rolled her eyes. But I had no idea that in the next few days panda-style chow mein all of Suryanagar. It's about to become the most expensive fashion trend. Girls from rich families spend thousands of rupees. She will start getting her dogs made like that, and it all started with just Ranveer, due to Malhotra's wasteful expenditure. At the same time, the main door of the Night Queen Club slowly opens. A girl opened it and stepped inside. Whose voice will be heard throughout the times to come? Aryavata was going to drive the Sang crazy. Such is the atmosphere inside the Night Queen Club at this time. It was difficult to put into words. On one side, Ranveer Malhotra's classmates and rich spoiled boys and girls of the city, having fun with their new dogs. On the other hand, there were hundreds of people outside the club. People crowded around just to get a peek inside. As soon as the news spread that Ranveer Malhotra the club is offering free entry today, there's a mysterious new singer singing inside. The atmosphere of the entire Western Ring Road has changed. Roadside stalls, food stalls, coffee shop stalls, small hotels, and even nearby. Even snack vendors' earnings suddenly increased. This is what it looked like outside the Night Queen Club, as if a small fair has been organized. But Ranveer, all these things don't matter to Woz. At this moment, his entire attention was focused on the girl, who was standing in front of him. Nayantara Kapoor, and to be honest, she was very beautiful. So much beautiful that at first sight anyone can see in a few seconds forget to breathe. Milk her skin, like the white eyes of a large and bright face. The texture is so balanced that it seems as if an artist. He must have carved it after working hard for months. About 5 feet 6 inches tall, slim but attractive body. And the most dangerous thing is his voice. When he slowly, if she would reply by saying CG then in her voice, there was such sweetness that it went straight from the ears to the heart used to go. Ranveer stared at her for a few seconds. Then I said to myself, now I understand that Viraj, why is the entertainment industry crazy about him, happened. But the most interesting thing was that there was a slight moisture in Nayanthara's eyes. He had looked calm from outside. But somewhere inside it was very broken. Yet he himself, I was taking care of it. Ranveer drank the juice comfortably. I took a sip and asked him to sing 2 songs like this. Treat it like it's your concert. Tara slowly bowed her head. Now behind there was no way to move away. His Ranveer is followed out of the club by the manager. She moved towards the main stage. As soon as the DJ took the mic and went on stage. Full hall it resounded with noise. Ladies and gentlemen, he screamed with all his might. Between us tonight, a very special guest is present. So much beautiful singer, seeing her heart breaks, be forced to do it. Mysterious identity, and welcome to a voice that shakes the soul. Make the whole club clap and whistle, it echoed. The next moment, a faint haze and blue Nayanthara slowly walked onto the stage amidst the lights. And just at that moment the whole club went quiet, because her beauty is truly breathtaking. She was going to give it. Kavya Singhania also something. She stared at him without blinking for seconds. Then she said softly, "This girl is very beautiful." Jia, sitting next to him, immediately shook her head. Shook, and look at his eyes, it seems as if you cried a lot. Kavya looked at it carefully. Nayanthara's eyes are indeed moist, he said softly. Maybe someone saw it. You have troubled me a lot. At that moment the music happened. First slow beat, then faster electronic tune, and the next moment Nayanthara's the presence changed. Till now, the girl who is weak and the queen of the stage suddenly seemed broken. It was ready. Confidence in his eyes, it shone. The hair started waving in the wind. Lights, it was falling on his face, and it looked like it was as if the entire stage was made for him. He grabbed the mic and started singing of electricity I run after I set the nights on fire. I could hear his voice in every corner of the club. It echoed, fast, clear, and completely mesmerizing. The one who pays taxes. A few seconds later, the entire club I had gone mad. People were clapping. They were whistling. Mobile cameras in the air had picked it up. Many people jumped to the beat of the song started. Even those who previously only drank alcohol were drinking. They too were now drawn towards the stage, were coming. The all-night Queen Club is now just one. The name was screaming. Star Ranveer smiled. Interesting, in just one song he made about 2,000 people his fans had taken. This talent was not ordinary. Second Tara Nayantara is now completely immersed in the song. It was already done. There was pain and fire in his voice, and also the yearning for freedom. Like you are breaking your prison together. The song ends. The entire club exploded. People standing up started shouting. The applause was so loud, even the DJ's music was drowned out. Nayantara. She was standing on the stage, breathing lightly. His eyes were still moist, but this time there was hope, not despair, in the tears. Same as time passed, Ranveer slowly stood up. He clapped his hands and smiled and said, "Okay, from today you are mine." The whole club something, it was quiet for a second. Kavya said, immediately stared. "What do you mean?" Ranveer immediately raised his hand. "Hey, I'm talking about the company, Then he looked at Nayanthara and said, "From today you are the owner of my new entertainment company. Be the first star. All the other problems, I will handle it." On hearing this, Nayanthara tears finally started flowing from the eyes. So many days after enduring fear, humiliation and pressure for so long, today is the first. Once he felt that perhaps his life really can change. Ratrani Club is currently full. I was oscillating between madness and excitement. Nayanthara Kapoor leaves the stage after singing 2 songs in a row. She had come down. The first was Fire and Electricity, like running after electricity, full of energy I am, and the second one was very emotional and heart-touching. Years of dreamlight and touching, both these songs completely filled the entire club. Had won. People who just a few minutes ago he had come to party, now he is taking Nayanthara's name, were shouting. Many girls want to be like her, she was talking about. Boys for her, turning mobile flashlight in the air, and the whole Ratani Club was like a mini. The concert had turned into a stadium. This people of the world are still following the superstar culture. There were not so many of them, just looking good here, and a good song is the only way to win people's hearts. It was enough for. That's why a voice like Nayanthara and a beautiful girl has a direct impact on people. It was hitting my heart. While descending from the platform, Nayanthara's breathing was fast, but for the first time there was a slight smile. He slowly coming in front of Ranveer Malhotra. She stood up and said with some trepidation, "Young master, I sang it well." Ranveer drank juice, holding the glass. He smiled and said, "Okay, you shook the whole club." Next to him, Jansi, the manager, standing in the she spoke. Madam, young master has given you has become the first artist of the company. He has a new film and music for you. The company was also formed and the Western Ring Road also bought the Chandrodaya Bhawan. Nayanthara froze completely, his eyes slowly. She kept growing up. I believe that for me I was not able to do it. After all, who buys an office building for an unknown girl is? But for Ranveer it's just a waste of money. It was a new project. He gently blew his nose, scratched and asked, "By the way, do you have your how many songs have you written?" Nayanthara slowly answered from. Ranveer's eyes are about 17, 18 it's shown. That's enough. He shook his hand, forcefully played like a clap. Last night at open air we'll do a concert. The entire sofa area should be quiet went. Kavya Singhania immediately glared. What? Ranveer said seriously. You want to increase Nayanthara's popularity, right? So what is the use of doing a small show? Straight bang do. Redeemer immediately started taking notes. Said young master, the big Western Ring Road Stadium, Ranveer said enthusiastically. Which it has 4,500 people. Upon hearing this, people around all the classmates sitting there were stunned. Dushyant, it came straight out of my mouth. Oh my God. On the other side, Kavya held her head. Ranveer, sound of clearing throat, concert someone. It is not a child's play. Sound system, stage, lighting, publicity, it costs a lot, is. But Ranveer is waiting for this, was. He immediately looked at Redeemer. How much does it cost? Redeemer did the calculations quickly, applied. Stadium rent around 5 lakh, stage and sound systems 5 lakh, publicity, posters and including other arrangements approximately is 20 lakh. Ranveer immediately nodded, okay. Magar sound, the most expensive system is required. The platform is also the most fabulous. Then suddenly on her lips a dangerous smile spread. He started laughing and the people sitting around him started lighting up. Suddenly they trembled because they had already understood Ranveer. Whenever someone laughs like this, a lot of madness is about to happen. Kavya said, I asked fearfully, what are you thinking now? Ranveer suddenly spread his hands and said proudly, 2 crores were spent on lighting for this concept. Will be, the entire VIP hall froze. What to say? Kavya's eyes almost popped out. 2 light worth crores. Dushyant went straight to the sofa, took support of so small it should be done. But Ranveer spoke with complete seriousness. You people don't understand. Then he dramatically hair tied back in style. If wasteful expenditure, if you want to do it, you should make history the very next moment, he told his plan. My Garuda majestic limousine and other Divya Garuda cars, the headlights will become the main stage lights. The entire club remained silent for a few seconds. Then everywhere screams arose simultaneously. Oh my God, so the lights of expensive cars, this man is really crazy. But Ranveer was standing with full pride. Ordinary people use ordinary lights, he said proudly. I own supercars worth crores. I will brighten the stage. Such wasteful expenditure, Aryavata Sangha might not have seen this till date. His disciples immediately started shouting, Young master, long live. The most expensive lighting fixture in history, the real emperor of extravagance. On the other side, Nayanthara was looking at Ranveer silently. There was no longer just gratitude in the eyes. In fact, for the first time there was a slight glow, because he felt that perhaps he was standing in front of this crazy billionaire really changed his life. As soon as Ranveer Malhotra said 2 ended the matter of lighting worth crores, complete. The Night Queen Club remained quiet for a few seconds. Then the next moment there was a noise as if it's as if a bomb has exploded in the entire hall. Oh God, the most expensive lighting in history, this man really, I am crazy of the divine Garuda cars. The idea is to turn headlights into stage lights. Where does it come from after all? Sitting around him, all the classmates were looking at him as if not a human being, but a walking disaster. Are you looking at? So much wasteful spending 5,000 years of history of the entire Aryavata Sangha, I have rarely ever had it. Garuda, the majestic limousines, Divya Garuda cars and other super lighting up the stadium with car lights. An idea only Ranveer Malhotra could have thought of. Kavya Singhania holds her head. Oh my God, when will this man finally stop? But on the other hand, Ranveer was very satisfied, that's it. It was real fun. If you have to spend, then do it in such a way that people should remember this even after 100 years. He rested. He finished his juice and looked at Nayanthara. He said, I will get all the other preparations done. You just want a good song, understand, Nayanthara? She was still a little nervous. So big crowd, such a big stadium, and suddenly anyone would have been scared of such a big opportunity. He slowly asked, Young master, will I be able to? Ranveer replied without hesitation. If I say you can do it in his voice. There was confidence that Nayanthara would last for a few seconds. I really forgot my fear. People sitting around, he immediately started shouting. Wow, Ranveer Bhai, this happened no problem. But the very next moment Ranveer completely added gravely, if you don't succeed, so how am I going to spend all this money? The entire hall then it erupted in laughter. Redeemer immediately started making a list of preparations. Ranveer told him ordered to call 2 big dance groups. The stage design should be unique and such publicity that the entire Suryanagar is shaken. Yes, young master, after some time when the party is over. As the night progressed, Redeemer, she said softly, young master, let's go back now. Needed the master and mistress are waiting will be. Kavya also nodded. Yes, it's almost 11. Ranveer lazily stretched. Okay, the rest of you are here, have fun. Whoever wants to stop, stop. Whom to know? Hey, go, I am leaving. The entire club, he immediately started screaming. Long live Ranveer Bhai. Tomorrow see you at the stadium. 2 crore rupees lighting. After some time the convoy reached. Ratrani left the club. First on the way Kavya was dropped at her home. Forever while leaving, he said this while staring at Ranveer. Don't do anything crazy again tomorrow. Ranveer said. He smiled and replied, I will try, but no promise. Kavya said angrily. Closed the door. But when going in there was a slight smile on his lips. Sometime after the convoy reached the huge Malhotra hills, reached the main gate, 2 giant passing among marble lions. The limousine slowly approaches the palace villa stopped. As soon as Ranveer got down, I felt that the atmosphere was different today. Complete. The main hall was ablaze with light. Both the servants were standing in a straight line on the side, and as soon as Ranveer entered, the entire hall came together hunched over. Salute to young master Ranveer. Ranveer almost jumped. Oh, he looked back nervously, moved away. What is this happening? Then from the front Savita Malhotra came almost running, and he grabbed her face directly. Oh my, why were the children running so fast? If he had fallen, Vikram Malhotra would have been on the other side. Also, for the first time he took his son so seriously, was looking with eyes. He went ahead and placed hand on Ranveer's chest. Then a few seconds I kept feeling her breath till then. The very next moment, his face lit up with such joy as it hadn't been in years. It feels like a suppressed dream has suddenly come true. Haha. He laughed out loud. Wonderful to run. Even after that the heartbeat is normal. Savita's tears started flowing from the eyes. Today Wangdev, I told you on the phone that you are 2 kilometers away. From even after it went on for a long time, I still couldn't believe it. With trembling hands she stroked Ranveer's hair, fixed it, but now I am seeing it myself. Ranveer remained silent for a few seconds, then slowly smiled. A sudden strange warmth inside her, it spread. He was an orphan in his previous life. He saw the love of his parents only in films, had seen. But today, for the first time, I realized what home is. He slowly wiped Savita's tears. Mum, I'm fine, then why are you crying? But saying this, his own eyes had also become slightly moist. Vikram Malhotra is standing on the other side smoking a cigarette, was drinking, but his eyes were also red. He quickly took a long drag and slit his mouth. He turned and said, Damn, why is this smoke so stinging? Is Ranveer Malhotra's health news of improvement for the entire palace without it was no less than a festival. So many years, for the first time in the entire Malhotra hills, such an environment was created where truth was visible on every face. Happiness was visible. The entire villa is illuminated, it was shining. Servants celebrate openly, were living. Music was playing on the large lawn and dishes continued to be prepared in the kitchen the entire night. Savita Malhotra even ate with his own hands, created. To prove this alone it was enough to show how special this day was, because on normal days the entire palace villa, the country's most expensive chefs cook in the kitchen, used to make, but today a mother herself is taking care of her son. I was cooking food for her, dinner table, but for the first time after many years there was such a scene where all 3 Vikram Malhotra, Savita Malhotra, and Ranveer really sat down like a family, was eating food. Vikram is constantly trying to help Ranveer. He kept putting food in the plate. Eat this. This is your mother's best dish. And get Ranveer's plate in a few minutes, it was filled like a mountain. Savita, on the other hand, she was interrupting again and again. Hey, don't put so much. He is a child, he will suffocate. Then immediately and she would put the curry in his plate. Ranveer's the mouth was completely full, I was able to speak. Mother, I will eat it myself. But deep inside his heart felt a strange warmth. It was filled with. In his previous life he had never did not eat food sitting with the family. But today even this simple food is not enough for him. It was like a dream. Vikram remained silent till late that night, and Savita could not sleep. Both are the same again and again, he was repeating the thing. Ranveer is no longer the same as before. There was no weakness left and the entire villa on the other side. After the celebration, he was drenched in the smell of alcohol. Next morning, when Ranveer came down, the entire atmosphere was worth seeing. Many servants still were sleeping in the lawn. Some people lie upside down on the sofa, and the air was filled with the smell of alcohol and barbecue. Mixed fragrance was floating, but Savita Malhotra was standing there, full of freshness. As soon as he saw Ranveer, she smiled and moved ahead. "My lion has come." They fixed his clothes. "Strong wind today is. Don't let it get too cold." Then suddenly he remembered something. "Oh yes, yesterday you spent a lot of money, right? I am yours. I will talk to Papa and give him 5 crore pocket money. I will get it for you." Ranveer, scratching his nose, responded to, "About 24 lakh was spent yesterday. I bought a website and started new entertainment. The company has also been started. I will make films, I will make songs, it will be fun." "Wow, Savita's." The eyes sparkled. "If my son films, if he wants to make it, he will definitely make it. Then the whole, seriously speaking, if the artist falls short, let me find some good faces." Ranveer almost laughed. "No, mother, I will see it myself. The real reason was the system. If the family takes care of the system expenses directly, he will not agree, so he should start his own business. Will have to." But what Savita said the very next moment, due to this Ranveer almost fell from the chair. "By the way," he said, smiling softly, "Nayanthara is a very nice girl." Ranveer Palka started blinking. "Who?" "Hey, the same singer Savita." She became excited. "In the morning I told him about, got the information. So beautiful and cultured, she doesn't even have a boyfriend yet. Me, so I liked it very much." Ranveer was shocked. "Mother, what are you trying to say?" Savita said, held his hand. "Make her your daughter-in-law." Ranveer was almost about to faint. "Mother, I am only 18 years old now." "But Savita is complete. So what if she said seriously, early marriage, if you do, you will soon get a grandson?" The mind went numb. On the other hand, Savita it was at full speed. "By the way, Kavya is also bad." "No, but you don't like him that much. I would do it. It is clearly visible in his eyes. If you want to get married, then do it. Otherwise, it's okay. No. There is more than one in our family. Daughters-in-law are also not a big deal." Ranveer is now the truth. I got scared. "Oh God," but Savita just stopped. "Was not there? Your children are so cute. Will be. I am thinking about it right now. Mother, I am going to school." Ranveer immediately ran away, stood. Savita's laughter echoed from behind. "Don't run away. I am still thinking of my grandson's name." Even after getting into the limousine, Ranveer's head was spinning. "This is really she is a mother." He took a deep breath. Then suddenly I remembered. "Oh yes, Redeemer, that website. What was it that I bought?" "Redeemer something." The seconds remained silent. To be honest, he is still. She could not get over the fact that Ranveer, this is not even possible when buying a website worth crores. Asked what the website does. Still. He replied his name was 0. There is literature. Website of online novels. Ranveer's eyes lit up. "Oh, this is fun, it's a thing." Then he immediately said, "Change your name. From now on, that will be his name." The final chapter, Sahitya. Ranveer said proudly that whoever was there, he who comes to study gets stuck there. Redeemer couldn't help but smile. "Gee, young master." Then he asked, "So with the website, what is the plan? Let it go or invest? We have to make it bigger." Ranveer said, without thinking. The answer was burn the money. In his eyes, a dangerous glare emerged. "As much as possible, spend the money. This is a great waste of money. There is a chance." Then he asked, "Why sell it anyway? Were you living?" Redeemer replied immediately. "Country, the biggest novel website of Turkey, the library was suppressing him. Traffic falls went. Writers started running away, so I had to sell it." Ranveer smiled slowly. Oh, now he was really enjoying it because he felt it was happening, that this was the first sale of online novels. The world may be his next great empire. The beginning is about to be made. It was morning. Rajasimajin towards Suryanagar Royal Academy, it was increasing. But Ranveer was sitting inside. There's a different look on Malhotra's face today. There was a smile. There was the same sparkle in his eyes. Every time a new wasteful project, it was visible before birth. So far, I was just enjoying spending money. But now for the first time he started understanding the real game. If the person in front is very big, then he himself is a mountain. No need to become one. Just his feet move the ground beneath, and at this time his gaze, it had stopped. At the Turkish library, he rested his head comfortably on the seat and asked Redeemer, "How big is this Turkish library? Is it big?" Redeemer opens her tablet. The country's largest online response was prompt. Novel websites account for approximately 70% of the market. It is nearby. Writers, readers add everything. There is money from Turkish groups behind it. Ranveer said the nose itch and its owner. Lian Mehra Regima said Turkey Group Chairman Raghav Mehra's second son is in college tomorrow. "I fought with you." Ranveer slowly smiled. The whole picture is clear now, was. The college fight is just about ego. That was not the case. Malhotra family and Mera. The families are already business rivals. Were. That's why Leon Mera gets angry after seeing him. Was. But Ranveer did not care. All this has now become a new game for him. Was. He said calmly. So if I sink Turkish library, it will be difficult to remain silent for a few seconds. Why? Because they have the greatest writers in the country. Most have heavy traffic and the rest have little. They gradually buy or eliminate websites. We do it, Ranveer suddenly laughed. Oh, then he said in a very dangerous tone, you will enjoy it. His disciples were immediately excited. Went, young master will then bring someone to the street there are. Wow, the wasteful spending war begins. But now Ranveer was really thinking. Last chapter literature, he repeated in his mind. Right now that website was almost dead. Less readers, the writer has fled. Traffic is over. But this was the biggest fun for me, if it is already successful, then where to invest money in it, or wasteful expenditure? Real art is something that sinks. I'm into burning money. He slowly said, Redeemer, I'm going to the Turkish library, need complete information. Writer, earnings, advertisements, owners, everything. Young master, and Ranveer's smile deepened. Our last chapter. Pour money into literature. Plenty pour it, Redeemer asked. How? Ranveer said the immediate response was, give the money to the writers. New call people. Whoever writes the story will get a reward. The one that gets read the most, and the reward goes to the readers. Give free membership. Brighten up your website, place an ad, and most importantly, take a few seconds stopped. People should have fun. Redeemer first time really outpost, because this is the first time when Ranveer had some extravagant spending plan. Doesn't sound completely stupid, was. But, on the other hand, in the city center 16th floor of Suryakant corporate tower located, the atmosphere on the floor was different. Vikram Malhotra, Western Ring Road, sitting in his office, was looking at the map. In front of them, their personal, the secretary, was standing and reading the report. Sir Ratrani, 3 large plots around the club are almost finalized, have already done. One is 60,000 square feet, and the other is 74,000, and the third 5,000 square ft. Vikram, without price change, asked, total expenditure above 200 crores has gone. But Vikram did not even blink. Sticky, their complete interest in something else was. Western Ring Road, due to Ranveer, the future seems clearer to me than ever before it is installed, he said softly. If Ratani, the entire area from the club to Fulsar Lake if added, there will be a new entertainment and a tourist area can be created. Secretary, she immediately started taking notes. In Vikram's eyes now he had the shine of a big businessman, of the lake luxury villas near the beach on the resort hills. In the pedestrian market club hotel theatre, Ranveer said with a slight smile, maybe it's fun is doing it for, but his perspective is wrong. No. Then he added softly, if 400 crores are not enough, then invest 500 crores. If needed, 600 secretaries will immediately stand upright. It's done. Yes, sir. On the other side of the nightclub, there was really a lot of commotion around. Many old landlords suddenly receive high price offers. They started meeting. Someone was saying that someone, the billionaire, will build a dog palace here. He was saying that a new tourist city is going to be built, but most people still believe it was not happening. An old man from the same area, the elderly couples sitting in the house, also discussed the same thing, was doing. Old grandmother knitting a sweater, she said, I have heard that there is a rich boy nearby. He is buying all the houses. Grandpa is at ease. While fanning, he said, let me buy it. What about us? I was thinking of selling the house, for both of us. Such a big house is useless. Grandpa Goose fell. Hey, crazy girl, I have been living here all my life. Now where will you go? The old woman also smiled. You are right, let it be. But both of them, I had no idea what was coming. In a few days, the same rich boy himself was about to reach the door. Mondays, as the morning began, the Ratrani Club and the entire area around it is again a topic of discussion. The center had been established of the Western Ring Road streets, tea stalls, snack carts, and in smaller markets only one topic is running, had been. The rich boy who loves dogs, he is buying a house. Someone was saying that he bought dozens of houses. Someone was saying that the entire area is going to be bought, and some people, he was even claiming that he was a dog lover, is going to build a separate city for it. I have heard the dog will have a separate room. Hey brother, rich there are people. His hobbies would also be worth billions. I have heard that people who are dogs, let's handle it. They earn thousands a month, see you. If the money is too much, the man, he is just crazy. Meanwhile, at the Ratrani Club, an old house nearby had a fire in the morning. The barking of dogs woke a man up. You ruined my sleep. These people call humans, will you let me live or not? She lies in bed angry. I got up and sat down. I tore my ears early in the morning. Who is he crazy? His wife immediately caught him. Took. Shut up, that must be the billionaire boy. I have heard that he has bought dozens of houses. If you confront him, there will be trouble, man teeth. What to do if it starts grinding? The wife gently said, let's sell the house. The man remained silent for a few seconds, then suddenly his eyes lit up. If the price is good, then it is not bad either. This slowly, the entire area started changing. People first called Ranveer Malhotra just crazy, I used to understand. But now they began to feel, was it true that money was the reason behind his madness? Flowing like a river. Surya Nagar on the other side, Ranveer himself at the Royal Academy. Completely at peace, he was sleeping with his head on his desk. For him, high school studies were child's play. He had been the state topper in his previous life. That's why the books here are it seemed ordinary. One period on the left side of the head, I kept the other one and slept on the right side. In between, he would smile after seeing the mobile. Then his phone, there was a slight vibration. Redeemer's message was young master film and music company launches arrangements have been made. An experienced team ready to join of Chandrodaya Bhavan. The transfer will also be completed soon. Ranveer's satisfied smile appeared on his face. Really, having a capable assistant like Redeemer is a great experience. It was no less than a treasure. He immediately replied, typed it. How is Nayanthara's preparation? The stadium stage should be the most magnificent. Promote it so much that the entire Suryanagar goes crazy. Let it happen and remember the crowd at the concert needed. Not just a few thousand people, but a few seconds later the reply came, everything is ready. Nayanthara Kapoor officially signed the position of president of our company, have entered into a contract with Viraj Entertainment. He was also paid a contract breach fee of 2 lakh. Information about the Turkish library, it is almost complete. Report by noon, you will get it. A sparkle appeared in Randir's eyes. Very nice, he said to himself. Now let's see, how did that Leon Mehra get on the road? Go. Meanwhile, Cook was on the music stage. There's a different kind of activity going on at the main office. Senior music producer Shekhar Verma. As always, new songs are available early in the morning. Was reviewing loud songs all day long, their heads are already spinning from listening to it. Had already been paid, then his friend pushed the door. He killed him and entered inside. On his face like this, he was excited as if he had found a treasure. Shekhar, he almost shouted. I last night found the treasure, Shekhar said in a tired voice. Asked, what happened? I won a lottery of 5 crore. Big-ass fellow in fast laptop opened. Remember the theme from the movie Storm Runner? A song for which there was no right voice for months. Can't find it. Shekhar immediately sat up straight. Yes, the country's biggest science fiction film. A project worth crores. No one yet couldn't find a suitable song. The partner licked his lips. So who did you find? First look, next look. The video played on the screen. Noisy at the beginning, a club with screaming crowds and colorful lights. Seeing this, Shekhar wrinkled his nose. Where is this recorded it? Just keep watching. A few seconds later, Nayanthara Kapoor came on the stage. Long black hair, slim body, innocent face, but the moment the music started, and in her eyes the glow emerged. The entire atmosphere changed. The voice came out of the speaker like lightning, clean, sharp and straight to the heart. 3 minutes afterwards, the whole room became quiet. Song over. As soon as this happened, Shekhar suddenly jumped up from the chair. Who is this girl? He grabbed his friend's collar. Find out now. Right now, there was a sparkle in his eyes like that of a musician, has found a real diamond after years. Because he understood this was just a new, not a singer, but a stormy one of the future. There was a voice. If you liked the story, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and keep listening. Hindi novel Taylor on Rebirth with Billionaire System. The master moves ahead without any delay. Monday morning at the main venue of the Coke music stage, there was chaos in the office. Senior music producer Shekhar Verma is yet to release. Nayanthara Kapoor went completely crazy after listening to the recording. Had already happened. He pulled his partner's collar, was holding it. Tell me quickly, where is this girl? Will I get it? Poor fellow, gasping for breath, was struggling. Leave me first. Leave me, I will die. Shekhar finally left her, but there was a sparkle in his eyes as if water may have been found in the desert. Now, quickly, lyrics. The companion took a deep breath and said sharply, last night, the night queen from the Western Ring Road. This girl was singing in the club. Free there was a party. The whole club went crazy. He paused for a moment. I think he is a rich man is attached to the boy. Who? Ranveer Malhotra. On hearing this name, Shekhar almost fell off the chair. Same super wasteful spending, Saki nodded. Yes, and listen, 2 days. Later, the same girl at the Western Ring Stadium, there is going to be a free concert. The whole city's coming. Shikar's breathing became faster. We will also go, he decided immediately. Call the entire team of the movie Storm Runners. If this girl is really what she is, if it gets stuck in recording, then our film will be saved. We'll go. On the other hand, Ranveer, who is being discussed, she was currently in complete peace in Suryanagar, falling asleep in class at the Royal Academy. Truth, I must say that the entertainment of this world is it seemed weak. Music, fade movies, ordinary, and greatest crime online novel. For the past 2 hours he has been reading the last chapter of literature. But I was looking for a story worth reading. But same problem every time. Long in the beginning described the environment, then described the emotions. But the story is nothing. She has written 5 novels I started reading, and by the time I finished reading 4, I had reached 10. Had gone. After all, he likes a story a bit. As he reads, he becomes thrilled. Reached the turning point, and suddenly, the next chapter tomorrow. Ranveer's mind exploded. Thateri ki. I almost threw my mobile on the seat. This author, do you want to kill humans? Afternoon, as soon as he was discharged, he got straight into the limousine and said to Redeemer, "This is the writer of the world. What do you write after all?" Redeemer said innocently, "The novel is good, there are. If you read a little, you will sleep better." Ranveer held his head. That's it. There is a problem. This is not a novel, sleeping pill is. He took a deep breath. Me, the real story needed. Where there is fighting and revenge from the beginning, be thrilled. If someone abuses, then completely wipe out the family. If someone shows their eyes, rock his world. Redeemer, something seconds, sat completely stunned. Then slowly she said to her mother, "I will try," but Ranveer now there was no stopping. "And listen," he raised a finger. "A writer who can write well, catch him. Give me the money and get it written. If the story between when I left her, she was picked up from her house and put in front of me, bring it." Even the driver tried to control his laughter. Second Redeemer now takes notes very seriously. She was making it because by now she had understood. Ranveer's craziest things were often, it proves to be the most dangerous. Ranveer again, I asked what story was that was a little better. Ranveer said while remembering Lagi Naam Hum. There was something like evil energy. Then he immediately ordered to find that author wherever he is. Ask him to complete the story for me. Money you will get as much as you ask for. Young master. The limousine slowly turned onto the Western Ring Road. It was moving towards. Outside the city streets, glittering buildings and huge billboards were passing by. But inside Ranveer's mind now, the final chapter is completely stuck in literature. Had already been paid, he asked. Turkish, by the way. How is the condition of the library? Redeemer said. Looking at the tablet, he said, still the biggest, the novel website is the same. Our traffic almost 10 times more than that. The author also, it is in thousands. Ranveer, slowly, if you smile, you will enjoy it. Then he very Redeemer said comfortably, let us run the website. One needs a big brain. Take out recruitment. Yes, call people from all over the country. Which the website give him as much money as he needs to make it big. He stayed behind. If it's as difficult as yourself, if yes, then take the person in front of you down with you. Pull it. His disciples immediately became excited. Wow, young master, this is real thinking. If the enemy himself has to spend wastefully, also drown with me. Ranveer laughed out loud. Correct, said. Then he looked out the window, said, there is an old saying, if you want to waste money, if you have the strength, blow yourself up and the person in front of you. Fly along too. The past few days are relatively passed peacefully. Ranveer Malhotra once started big projects simultaneously were, most of them completed in a day. They were not going to happen. Whether it's the Western Ring be the hill with the path, the final chapter, be it Sahitya's recruitment scheme or Nayanthara Kapoor's huge concert. Everything slowly was moving forward. But among all these, the most caviar-deep film was a fast-growing thing and entertainment media company. After all, behind him, the most dangerous of the entire Aryavata Sangha was standing there. The wasteful billionaire. Where others' budget we used to work after seeing, their Ranveer was the only one. He used to ask where the money could be spent. Therefore, on the 9th floor of Chandrodaya Bhavan. The new company formed should be built at such a pace. It was that people started jokingly saying that if Ranveer wants, he can build a palace in 24 hours give. Although the company was still small, everything necessary was present inside. Office, recording room, editing section, costume area, mini studio, everything. The only thing missing was big artists, but it did not matter to Ranveer. Within a few days she joined the Ratrani Club. By giving free parties, money on dogs, by flying and making all sorts of strange plans, had spent more than 40 lakhs, and its benefits were also clearly visible. The health level has now increased to 80. Earlier he would get tired after walking for a while. I used to go. Now even after roaming around the whole day I only felt mild fatigue. But it's despite this, Ranveer was not satisfied because I understood that the real problem was wasting money. No, money has to be spent in the right way. It was easy to buy useless machines worth crores, but he was not stupid. If it had to be done, then anyone could have done it. Like that, I wanted to spend money that would make life fun. And the system should also be happy. And that is why today, Kavya Singhania herself and her 9 disciples, I took it to Chandrodaya Bhawan. As soon as Kavyadeep film made on the 9th floor and the main gateway to entertainment media entering inside, the entire office almost stopped. Front working lady manager Jansi immediately she stood straight. Young Master Ranveer hands over healer. How is our entertainment going? Empire Kavya rolled her eyes just now. Only the office is built, but Ranveer is doing it with full pride. Inside, a massive 3,000 square foot space began to wander. The smell of new furniture and expensive furniture all around the office, computer, recording equipment, and dozens of employees are seen working here and there. Ranveer was very satisfied. He slowly, where does money really smell? Young Master immediately began to report, the starting team is almost ready. Director, lighting experts, camera team all to join, it's ready. The final decoration of the office will also take 2 days. It will be completed in. Ranveer nods. Is good. So when will you start the film? Jansi became a little uncomfortable after hearing this. Actually, the problem, he said softly, is the artists. Big actors remain busy for months in advance, and if the film is made with a small cast, if he made it, then he talked according to your level. Left it incomplete. Kavya immediately grabbed the opportunity. See, I already said that without who will watch the films of big stars, but this had no effect on Ranveer because for him, filmmaking is more wasteful than art. There was a new way of spending. He took a few seconds after thinking. I said if he is not a big star, then he is a new one. Let's make it. Everyone became silent. Ranveer, he further said, anyway, the films of this world, it's very boring. Something new should be done. Kavya frowned. What will you make? Ranveer said seriously, if we don't find actors, we will make cartoons. Jansi almost coughed. Cartoon, yes, Ranveer got excited, or the little one, funny movies, 5-10 minutes to the people. Make me laugh, make me cry, surprise me. Jansi slowly explained that finding a good animation team is not easy. Major game companies and film studios. Let's catch everyone beforehand. Ranveer said if we had scratched our buttocks, we would have made up a story first. Kavya immediately burst out laughing. You story will you write? Ranveer puffed out his chest with pride. You are doubting me. Then he dramatically spread both hands in style. My fistula, a brilliant mind behind the face, it is hidden. His disciples immediately cried out. Wow, young master. Ocean of talent, extravagant Shakespeare's poetry has grabbed his head. God, but Ranveer is completely excited now. I was sure I would create something that would Aryavata Sangha had never seen that before. Comedy stood in the middle of the office. Crazy little episodes every episode. The spectacle made people laugh, holding their stomachs. Then he announced in a dramatic voice and called his name. Ranveer must have silenced the entire office. Both hands raised and proudly screamed. Who would have thought that hard work, a miracle can happen? Completed in a few seconds, the office remained completely quiet. Then his 9 disciples, first of all, applauded like crazy. Started. Wow, history will change. Young master, long live. On the other hand, Kavya Singhania tells him, she looked as if she was not a human being. There is a mental storm on the go. But most the scary thing was that till now every detail of Ranveer's life had been misunderstood. The crazy idea was really starting to come to fruition. You are really out of your mind. Poetry Singhania, if Ranveer Malhotra is unwell. If she had not been a little worried about that, then perhaps time would hold his head and shake it. What is this? Did you get a name? Who would have thought that hard work? Can a miracle happen? It sounds like it. It's like some motivational baba made a video. Maybe. Ranveer immediately puffed out his chest. You don't understand. This is art. The truth was that the idea of a fun little show that Ranveer has in mind, the idea was he was completely unsuited for this world. It was new. Short episodes, sharp comedy, funny faces, funny dialogues and surprise appearances. The people here have never seen all this before. Had not seen it. And most importantly, its cost, it was very little. If he wanted, he could have billions blow up and make huge science fiction movies, could have done. But right now he has so much to spare. There was no money that Straight Sky Warrior or Iron make films of the level of Protector, so he had decided to come down a level. But the next moment he suddenly realized, wait, if the expenditure is only a few lakhs, then the system, how will it be fun? Thinking of this, he immediately made a serious face. "No, this is not correct." Caviar asked in surprise. "What?" Ranbir took a deep breath. "I was just thinking that this show will become very cheap." Barely 10-12 lakhs. Caviar's eyes lit up. Truth, he immediately became excited and said, "If it costs so little, so you can make it for fun." "Yes," Ranveer scratched his nose. "But then how will the money fly?" On his face, genuine concern was visible. Stand-around people were almost about to faint. On the other side, Kavir was really excited now. "So, what is the story?" He pulled out a chair and sat down, asked, "Who thought of this? The show, how will it be?" Ranveer thinks for a few seconds, remained. Then suddenly a dangerous look appeared on his face. A smile emerged. "Raghav will be the main character, Hammer." "What?" The entire office became quiet. Ranveer spread both his hands and looked very serious. Spoke the dialogue with, "My name is Raghav Hathada. I never thought I would get a promotion. I will get it. I will become the owner of a big company. I will become a millionaire and marry a beautiful girl. I will do it and reach the pinnacle of my life. I will go." The entire office remained silent for a few seconds. Then suddenly Caviar started laughing loudly. "Oh my God," she bent over, clutching her stomach. "You this? Why speak so seriously with a face?" had been. The rest of the people also could not stop laughing. Jansi was laughing while holding the chair. Even Redeemer couldn't help but smile. And Ranveer's 9 disciples are anyway on every issue. They were ready to clap. "Wow, young master, what a dialogue is the peak of life." But the funniest thing was that Ranveer really. He was serious because according to him, this world, the entertainment level of the even simple jokes drive people crazy here. "Will give." Caviar said laughingly, If the show is made, I will be the heroine." Ranveer, the eyes sparkled. "Truth?" "Yes." Caviar felt proud. "Pulled my hair back with you anyway. Any other girl dares to work, it will not happen." Ranveer immediately became excited. "That's settled. You are the heroine and I am Raghav Hammer." He immediately made a dramatic reappearance. The same dialogue was repeated. "I am at the peak of my life. I will reach there." This time the whole office laughed again, echoed from. But then from outside the door, a very soft and sweet voice was heard. "Young master, you are here." As soon as everyone turned to see, the whole atmosphere suddenly changed. White Nayantara Kapoor standing in a dress, slowly she was coming inside. Her long open hair, blonde skin and a slight smile filled the room like Queerted for a few seconds. There was no superficial shine in the beauty, but yet, as soon as he enters, he attracts everyone's attention. She used to take it. Ranbir's eyes immediately lit up. Didi Nayanthara, without thinking, he went straight to her. He reached and dramatically touched her shoulder. "Caught it, save me." The entire office again died down. Kavia's eyes light up. She shrank. Now what is this new drama? Second, Nayanthara herself was shocked. This young master Ranveer made a sad face. I am dying these days." "What happened?" Nayanthara. "Truth, I got scared." Ranveer almost crying. "I said, the songs of this world are very boring. I want to listen to good songs. I want to make films. I spend money I want." The entire office remained silent for a few seconds. Then Kavya held her head. "Hey God, why would I really hang around with this?" But Nayanthara suddenly laughed. The laughter was very light and beautiful. "Young master," he said smiling, If you want to listen to songs, I have prepared them for you. I have brought the recordings of all the songs." Ranveer's eyes sparkled. "Really?" "Yes." She took out a small music drive from. "Among these I have all my songs. You can listen if you want." Ranveer immediately took the drive. Like a child has got a new toy. Wow. Then he immediately ordered one of his disciples "Put it in my mobile now." The poor disciple immediately ran away. On the other side, Ranveer was now looking at Nayanthara with complete happiness. Had been. "Didi Nayanthara, concert preparations, how is it?" "Yes, everything is going very well." "Used to be." Nayanthara Kapoor's face right now. It was a smile that touched the heart directly. There was a slight sparkle in his eyes and his voice was, it seemed, much softer than that. "Thank you, young master. Since childhood, it was my dream to have every day I present my face in front of thousands of people. I will do a concert. I never thought that this dream will come true so soon. This much." Saying this, she slowly took a step back and then, in front of Ranveer Malhotra with full devotion, she bowed down. Everyone in the room was quiet for a second because Nayantara, the gratitude on his face was artificial. Was not there for him becoming a star or crores. Earning was not that important. She wanted the world to hear her voice and love it. And today Ranveer gave her that first chance. Had given. After all, no one in this world, he did not organize a concert for thousands of people. Gives. It requires money, recognition, platform, publicity. Everything is needed, and the hardest thing is people. But all this is a problem for Ranveer, was not because his greatest strength was free. The people of this world come to watch the spectacle. He was always prepared for it. And if the spectacle, if it is free, then what is there to ask? So which the hardest part was for the rest of the cast. That became the easiest for Ranveer. "Oh ho! Why are you saying thank you so much?" Ranveer said, scratching my head and trying to laugh out loud of, "I just want to spend money. Even if the same money makes someone happy, it is bad. What is?" But his face as he said this, it turned slightly red. Because the truth was that in his previous life, no one had ever given him this much. I didn't say thank you, honestly. Nayantara, he was a little taken aback by the expression in her eyes. I was feeling uncomfortable. Then Kavya Singhania, suddenly she started laughing. "Oh wow," he raised his finger. He pointed towards Ranveer. "Ranveer Malhotra, you're really blushing." The entire office immediately started looking at him. Ranveer almost jumped. "What nonsense!" Kavya started laughing even louder. "I've seen that for the first time in years. Your face looks like a tomato." Jansi, she too could not help but smile. "Really, young master, you seem a little different today." Redeemer slowly bowed her head so that her laughter should not be visible, and Ranveer's 9 disciples, they are crazy about everything anyway. Used to go. The young master blushed. Become history went. "Someone write quickly." Ranveer immediately I cleared it and tried to change the subject. "Cough. Okay, leave all this." "Redeemer, how are the preparations for the concert going?" Redeemer immediately became serious. "Young master, complete Western Ring as per your order. The stadium is being changed. Get the stage ready. Used to be. Special lighting for cars has also started. Around 2 crore so far, 50 lakhs have been spent." On hearing this, Ranveer's eyes lit up. Wow, that's it was needed. He immediately thought of the system opened. The next moment, a golden spark appeared before him. The figures flashed. Total wasteful expenditure amount 2 crore 51 lakh. Ranveer, almost inside, started dancing. Amazing. Without wasting a second, all the energy received is directly related to health level I put it in. The next moment, his entire body, a bright golden heat rushed through me. It seemed that like every nerve, every muscle and every bone is new. You are being made from scratch. His breathing is light. When the fatigue disappeared from the body, of the eyes, the world in front of you appears clearer than before it started. The feeling was so pleasant that Ranveer almost he stood there with his eyes closed. Oh, he slowly took a deep breath. This is amazing is. Now for the first time, he felt that the body has really become completely healthy. No more weakness, no more dizziness, no more shortness of breath. His body is now better than that of a normal young man. I felt more balanced, and then the overwhelming voice of the system in his head echoed. Health level 100 completed. When the original value reaches 100, the system will switch to the next will develop at the level. Small wasteful expenditure. The transformation from a great wasteful expenditure began will be. Ranveer was completely stunned for a few seconds. Remain standing. Has he said it yet? I was just at the beginner level, but the next a dangerous smile spread across his face instantly. Went. Then he said to himself, now the game will begin. Now his next target is clear, health was complete. Now the most important quality is male power. After all, if being a man you cannot do human work, then what is the benefit of becoming a billionaire? On the other side. At the same time, the Swarangan located in the center of the city on the 16th floor of the corporate headquarters, Vikram Malhotra, in his private office, sitting and looking at the map of the Western Ring Road were. His secretary was reading the report in front of him. Safulsa Lake and surrounding hills, the acquisition is almost complete. Next one, the official transfer will take place within a week. All 3 bought around the Night Queen Club. The land plan is also ready. Vikram kept drinking tea with a slight smile. In his mood was so good for days that the office staff felt relieved instead of scared, had been. The secretary continued, but young master, the hill plan, and hesitated for a few seconds. He talked about building a bandit fort there. Vikram remained silent for a few seconds, then suddenly laughed out loud. This boy he headed shaken. Where does he get such strange ideas from? But the very next moment his eyes lit up, he ran his finger over the map. Wait then, suddenly the secretary said, immediately call the land department, contact us. Yes sir. Vikram on the map pointing to a long chain of hills did. Behind the Fulsar Lake, which is completely Tianjari mountain range and its information take it out. The secretary was shocked. Sir, the entire hill. May Vikram smiled deep and went. If my son wanted to be a bandit king he said comfortably, so his area it should not be small. Exactly 7:30 in the evening outside the Western Ring Stadium. The entire area seems to turn into a festival, had already been paid. About 2 kilometers from the stadium. First, the roads were completely jammed. Every cars, motorcycles, autos, taxis, and thousands of people were visible. The police had set up long barricade lines and constantly diverting people from other streets. She was signaling to leave. But the crowd it was so difficult to handle the situation was going. A policeman every few meters was standing, shouting with a loudspeaker in hand was, "Form a line, take a ticket and go inside. Don't push, but who listens?" Thousands young boys and girls holding flashing lights, he was shouting with a stick in his hand. Sweat in the air, perfumes and roadside food, a mixed fragrance was spread. No friends was taking a selfie with someone on social media, but when I was going live, someone was asking just this: who is this mysterious singer? Because the biggest strength of this concert, this was the secret. From the day the campaign begins, everything was kept mysterious. Mysterious new superstar mystery stage. History's most expensive lighting, a night that no one, and most importantly, the entire concert will be forgotten. Free. Just these two words to the entire Suryanagar. It was enough to drive me crazy after all. Beautiful singer, great songs and free entry. What more does one need? So, today's this scene was beyond the imagination of the organizers. It had become much bigger. On the other side, many big names in the entertainment world are also silent today. Had reached here, senior music producer Shekhar Varma brought with him 7-8 famous musicians and producers, moving slowly through the crowd were. Despite being such great people, today the situation was like that of a common audience, so much all around it was so crowded that it was difficult to move forward. Somehow they reach a police officer, reached. Shekhar quickly took out his identity card, shown. "We are from the music industry, heard. There's a new singer performing today so I thought I should see the police officer first." He got nervous and then said softly, "Please a little, please wait. Permission will have to be taken from above." A few minutes later he came back and whispered, he said, "Come, but please don't pay too much attention. Pull it." Shekhar Verma, funny for a few seconds, started feeling it. People their whole life they used to invite him as a special guest, and today he was being taken inside secretly. But when he remembered that Ranveer was behind the event, if it is Malhotra, he silently nodded. Gave. After all, whoever has the money is the real rule, he is the one who makes it. Somehow they are VIPs. Reached the seats, looking at the front view, everyone was completely stunned for a few seconds, went. The entire stadium was filled with people crowds were seen even up to the upper seats, was giving. At least 3,400 people first had already reached, and thousands were still outside, people were in line. But what is the strangest thing was stage. In general concerts by this time, colored lights, flashing screens and lights should have, but here the entire stadium it was immersed in darkness. Only one in the middle, a huge stage, was visible. Around him dozens of huge ears were standing. Thick iron plates, strange slopes and many mystery structures were visible all around. The bearded music director, slowly I asked, "What is happening after all?" Shekhar said. He turned his neck and looked around. "I also understand I am not coming," he said in a low voice. "There's not even this much money at a construction site." "It would have been," said the second man, and he went down. What is going to come there? Anyone has the answer was not there. But the more strange the preparations seem, and the excitement within everyone was just as strong. It was increasing. Then suddenly the entire stadium, the lights went out simultaneously. The next moment all four, a tune like the sound of rain echoes from the side, it started. The entire stadium fell silent. Thousands of people started looking towards the stage with bated breath. Just slowly, in the middle of the stage, a blue light shone, and in the middle of it, a thin, long, female figure began to emerge. Only his shadow was visible, but that was enough. His waist, her long hair, her balanced physique, it seemed as if someone was in the dark, let the dream stand. Shekhar Verma's heart beats faster, went. "Amazing," he mutters, "if only shadow. If she is so beautiful, then what would her real face be like?" At that moment, the sound of an engine suddenly echoed throughout the stadium. The roar echoed. Brahman give it. In the next moment, giant black divine Garuda royal limousine slowly entered the stadium. Behind them are the prayers of the Angel series. Cars, then Garuda sports cars, then Jwala Sports, then Asmara supercars, cars worth dozens of crores. One by one it came around the stage and stopped, and then their headlights came on simultaneously. Whole white, gold and blue stadium lights. There was such an explosion that thousands of people were started screaming. Oh my God, the craziest thing in history, the lighting really sets the stage for supercars. Made the light. The entire Western Ring stadiums are now more than just a concert. It seemed like a dream world. As soon as two huge divine eagles, majestic limousines, The entire stretch extended towards the center of the stadium. Western Ring Stadium screamed like crazy picking. Behind them, one by one, dozens of the cars were slowly entering inside. Red, black, blue, gold, every color sports cars worth crores. Garuda Sports, Asmara Supercar, Flame Racer, Praying Angel Series full field turn into an international car show had gone. Shekhar sitting in the VIP section. Verma just took one look and his throat went dry. Oh my God, he almost whispered. He said, there are at least 40 supercars here. The total cost will not be less than 30 crore. The bearded music director held his head. For just one concert, he said with disbelief. This boy has no money. He burns the money he spends, the rest sitting around. The industrialists were also stunned. He completed. I had seen many big star concerts in my life, but never such a spectacle. For the first time, ordinary people seeing so many supercars together. Especially those two huge divine Garudas, majestic limousines that alone cost crores was. Many people are seeing them for the first time in real life. I was watching. No cheapo inky first time real, I was looking at life. Stadium seats, thousands of youth sitting on the was asking, who is this singer after all? Little did they know that this complete madness just Ranveer Malhotra's art of extravagance was part of. Then the whole scene suddenly changed. All the supercars slowly enter the stage. She started moving around. Then one by one she started climbing the strange slopes behind her. Some Jin Super at an angle of 10 degrees, some 20 degrees, some 30 degrees. The body of the cars was very low. They were mounted on iron plates and then lifted into the air by a huge can. Complete. The stadium was now completely silent. Everyone I was watching with bated breath. What will this ultimately be going to do? Shekhar Verma muttered. But the next sound of throat clearing, the moment is over. The stadium exploded. Thud. First of all, both the headlights of the divine Garuda limousine went on. Then the prayer angels, the lights of the cars, then the high beams of the rest of the sports cars, low beams, fog lights, and super suspended in the air, flashing lights of cars, dozens, all the lights of cars worth crores are the same, focused in that direction. Standing in the middle of the stage on Nayanthara Kapoor, and at that very moment the entire stadium, I forgot to breathe for a few seconds. Tara was really looking like a dream today. She has made a simple but very beautiful red and white. She was wearing a short striped t-shirt, black. The fringe design further accentuates her slim waist. It was rising, light blue little shots She was showing off her fair and long legs, small black boots on the feet, left hand, a thin chain of red round bracelets that it was shining in the light. But the most dangerous the thing was his face, small oval face, as if it came out of a perfect animation. Big, sparkling eyes with a slight moisture, and both the secrets were visible together. Attal pink lips, silver circles in white ears, earrings, and soft black hair falling to her waist. The entire stadium was thinking only one thing about it. Had been. Devi Shekhar Verma's mouth remained open, he couldn't even find the words. The bearded director said slowly, I swear, never in life had such a stage did not see. From the lights of cars worth 30 crores the stage has been created. This madman on the other side, Ranveer Malhotra, in the VIP control room. I was sitting and watching the whole scene, her face, but there was a smile of satisfaction. Wow, he said softly, this is what is called making history. His 9 disciples were almost about to cry. Long live the master. The biggest in history concerts are the art of extravagance, but Ranveer now looking at Nayanthara, completely focused on the screen. And then the music started, slow and sweet, and the mysterious tune makes the whole stadium quiet. Then Nayanthara slowly picked up the mic. The lines of the heart have engraved a story in every part. As his voice spread through the air, the Western Ring Stadium is shrouded in magic. Her voice was so clear, so soft, it was so deep that thousands of people were stunned simultaneously, remained. It felt as if the whole world, the voices suddenly disappeared, and only one voice may be left. Shekhar Verma's the eyes slowly closed. I was lost in the music. Bearded. The director started understanding the meaning of the song in his mind. Love in every line. Separation song in every word. I was also in pain. Beauty and such longing which goes straight to the heart. Only a few. The entire stadium was completely destroyed within minutes. Taken. Thousands of people gathered on stage without blinking, were looking at. Many girls started crying. Some boys shine mobile flashlights in the air. He was turning around, and at that very moment the entire entertainment world felt it. The birth of a new superstar done. The entire Western Ring Stadium. It has completely crossed the line of madness. Thousands of people stood up from their seats. They were screaming. Many girls were crying with joy. Girl mobile flashlight and glow stick were rotating in the air, And amidst all this, the stage but Nayanthara Kapoor was standing there. His voice's time seemed like a clear mountain stream, a drop of it falling directly into the heart. That sound cannot be heard, only with the ears was. People were feeling it. Lines are engraved. Her sweet voice fills the heart was floating in the stadium. No matter how crowded, no matter how loud the people scream. Let's applaud, but no one can hear his voice. I was unable to suppress it. His voice is clear and deep, and it was going to reach straight to the heart. VIP Ranveer Malhotra, sitting in the control room, watched this scene while drinking juice with full pride were living. Around him were his classmates, and 9 the disciples were sitting. Dushyant was almost ecstatic. He stood on the chair. Ranveer Bhai, Josh said, you made history when all the supercars came in, people outside. The second disciple also immediately went mad. I understood that day itself. Nayanthara Didi will become superstar night queen. The first time she sang in a club. My soul was shaken by Kavya Singhania was silently looking towards the stage. Suddenly a strange feeling arose in his heart. Ranveer is really so lucky that I thought to myself, that he picks up whoever he wants. He turns out to be extraordinary. First Redeemer, now Nayanthara, she secretly looked towards Ranveer. And seeing the same scene, his heart was lightened, it started throbbing. Ranveer is completely carefree on the sofa it was spread. Her little Samoa pearl in her lap was resting. He sometimes holds his nose, plays, sometimes looking down at the stage smiling, the same comfortable on her face. There was confidence, as if this entire stadium it should be just his personal party, she laughed. He said, extravagance is also an art, you people will not understand. Then Langesh sat beside him. As usual, he said, wrinkling his nose, so much. What is, it's also special. Few lights, few cars, I can do it too. The whole room roared together picking, keep quiet. Poor Langesh shut up immediately. Went. If they are not sitting in the VIP room, if he had been, the mad crowd below would have really beaten him, would give. On the other hand, Nayanthara is now completely on stage. It had changed a lot. Kavya Deep Media Office, I am a girl who is a little shy and soft-natured. The same girl on stage is now a queen, it was ready. Every step he takes is confident, it was full. Every hand gesture to thousands of people, he was driving me crazy. She's not just singing, she was ruling the stage. As soon as the song ended, the entire stadium it shook almost like an earthquake. Applause, the whistles and screams were so loud that the surrounding air started trembling. Nayanthara bowed slightly, grabbed the mic. His eyes were shining. My name is Nayanthara Kapoor. His voice soft, filled with emotion. You all came here today, thanks for that. You guys are my favorite. There are companions. Then he took a deep breath. Next, I have written and composed the song myself. Its name, Chasing Electricity. Hope that you will like it. Saying this, he turned his head slightly and turned away. Looked towards the VIP room. His eyes are moist. It was already done. Thank you, young master. She has very said softly. You gave me this opportunity. Today it is the happiest day of my life. Complete. The stadium went silent for a few seconds. People started looking at each other. Young master who? Is he the same super spendthrift Ranveer? Is it Malhotra? Sitting in the VIP section, Shekhar Verma's eyes widened. Oh, he, if said softly, it's all behind him. Second, the bearded director. In his mind I was praying. Oh God, I hope this girl should not be his girlfriend. Only then, suddenly, a loud electronic beat of music filled the air. It echoed through the stadium. Wham! The next moment of all the supercars parked around the stage. The lights started flashing like crazy. Up the wind. The lights of the cars hanging in the car were rotating. Below, smoke was coming out of it. Colored laser beams, it was cutting through the sky. The entire platform is now. It looked like a science fiction movie, stood in the middle like a lightning queen, Nayanthara Kapoor. I run after electricity, As soon as he started singing, the stadium exploded. Thousands of people jumping together fell. Many girls started crying and singing. It started. The boys were screaming from the seats. Long flames rose from the sides of the stage. Was being. Smoke and fireworks with every beat. The bursting and spinning lights of supercars had created such an illusion as if the stage was transformed into a giant laser film. Yes, after all, Ranveer did not give 2 crores just like that. They were blown away. Special sound system worth 5 lakh, huge live orchestra on both sides, foreign level fireworks, and above all worth crores lights made from cars. It's just a concert now, was not there. This was a show of strength. Nayanthara, the sound was echoing like a storm. No matter how much the crowd shouted, his voice could drown out every noise. It was reaching the hearts of the people by cutting them. Then suddenly a girl broke through the security cordon, and she climbed onto the stage. Red roses in her hand. There was a big bunch of security guard racer. He was about to hurry up and put the flower on the stage. Kept kissing Nayanthara in the air, and then she ran away herself. The whole stadium laughed and the applause resounded, and then it was as if a dam broke. May have gone. Thousands of people with their glow sticks started running towards the stage. Someone is throwing roses was. Someone is placing their glow stick on the stage was. Complete stage color in a few minutes filled with colorful lights. When chasing lightning by the time the song ended, there was so much glow on the stage. Stick had accumulated that if all the cars, even if the lights are turned off, there is no darkness. Sitting in VIP seats, Shekhar Verma was continuously wiping his sweat. "Hey God," he said in a trembling voice, if this crowd had attacked, an accident would have happened here today. We'll go." On the other hand, Nayanthara was standing far away on the stage. She was looking towards the VIP room. His eyes, tears of joy were flowing from him in his heart. There was only one feeling in this life. Meeting Ranveer Malhotra was really it was luck. Main characters of the film Turandavak. Music director Dinesh Chaturvedi was today. I didn't like coming here at all. Tell the truth, so when Shekhar Verma forcibly gave him Nayan drag to listen to Tara Kapoor's concert. At that time, he had only one feeling in his mind. Waste of time. After all, this is what happens in the entertainment world. The rule applies. The one who has a name is big artists, and those who are not named are either new or came forward with the help of some rich man is. So when Shekhar Verma did Nayanthara's even after so much praise, Dinesh Chaturvedi remained not quite convinced. But Shekhar told them he clearly refused to show the recording. Just said the same thing over and over again in the concert. Reach there, and you will understand yourself. And now here Dinesh Chaturvedi really understood after sitting down were. As soon as he saw the stage, Super saw the lights of cars, and then Nayantara, he heard the voice. Something inside him had broken it. It wasn't just a good song, it was that voice which goes straight into the soul. First presentation. As the shadow of the pearl ends, he was completely stunned, and when the chase for electricity began, and then all that was left of them, I even lost my senses. As soon as the song ends, he jumped up from the chair, his breathing quickens the eyes had turned red. That's it, he almost screamed. This is that voice. This is what is needed me. Shekhar Verma tried to stop him. Tried. Hey, calm down. But now Dinesh, they were not going to stop. He cuts through the crowd, ran straight towards the security guards. Security. He is with full force, we're shouting. I am Dinesh Chaturvedi, music director of Penguin Films. Me, I have to meet your boss now. But the problem was that the entire stadium was still. He was shaking with screams. Thousands of people saw Nayanthara. Nayanthara was shouting. So the security guard did not hear them. Was giving. What did you say? The guard heard, placing his hand near her. He asked. A little louder, speak. Dinesh Chaturvedi almost went mad. I am Dinesh Chaturvedi, he completed, shouted with power. I like Ranveer Malhotra, I have to meet him. But the noise was so loud that the guard still did not understand. The very next moment, Dinesh Chaturvedi was stunned. Dutta yours, he angrily told the guard, gave a light punch. Just what then? The next second, 4 security guards were upon them. They pounced upon it. Catch and beat him. He is a troublemaker. Poor thing, Dinesh Chaturvedi would have understood something. Before that they had already rolled on the ground. On the other side, Ranveer Malhotra in the VIP control room was having a lot of fun. Expensive fruits in front, snacks and drinks were available. His friends Ranveer was watching the concert, laughing and talking, playing with his Samoyed moti by pulling his ears was. Then the main security of the stadium, the manager, came in. Very much on his face. There were strange feelings. Like it's hard to get a laugh, maybe. He slowly approached Ranveer. I am the young master, Ranveer asked lazily. There's a man outside. He is saying he music director Dinesh of Penguin Films. He is Chaturvedi and wants to meet you. If Ranveer picks up the phone, call him. Security, the manager, cleared his throat. In fact, he himself can't come. Why? He suffered a minor injury. Ranveer was shocked. What? Security, the manager, could no longer contain his laughter. He clashed with security guards. So he is in the medical room right now. Full VIP room. It was quiet for a second, then resounded with laughter picking. Kavya fell straight on the sofa. Hey God, she was laughing her belly off it. The man went through security just to meet. I fought. Ranveer was stunned for a few seconds, remained sitting. Then he said without scratching, strange, he's a man. He waved his hand. Okay, tell me. Wait, I am currently Nayanthara Didis. I am listening to a song. Ranji, security manager, went. But the trouble did not end here. After about 10 minutes, the door was knocked again. What now? Ranveer got irritated. I am busy. Wasting time with family seems like. But this time, as soon as the door opened, a broken man entered. On his head the bandage was tied. The nose was swollen, on the hand plaster cast, support on the leg and hand crutches. The situation was like a war. He may have returned from the area. The whole room is something. The seconds remained quiet. Then suddenly a laugh. There was an explosion. Dushyant fell straight on the ground, started returning. Ranveer's condition also worsened. "Uncle," he asked, somehow suppressing his laughter. "Have you come to the wrong film set?" Dinesh Chaturvedi was almost about to cry. "Young master," he said tremblingly, "meeting you, it wasn't easy." Then he immediately took out the card. "I am from Pemway Films. I am a music director. Your artist Nayanthara Kapoor is currently the most valuable asset in the entire country." There is a voice. Then suddenly she holds Ranbir's hand. He started shaking his hands vigorously. "Young master, our film Tufan Dabak is almost complete. All we need is a theme song, and Nayanthara chases electricity for this film as if God sent it." The whole room is quiet. Dinesh was almost pleading. "Please, please, give us the rights to this song. Only right to use. We are ready to pay 2 lakhs. Ah!" Hearing this, all the students sitting nearby, I was stunned. For use in just one song, 2 lakhs. This amount is a dream for ordinary singers. As it was. But the very next moment Ranveer calmed down, took a sip of juice, and with a very calm face, didn't say just one word, but to Ranveer I had no idea he would say no Pengway Films, just hours after Viraj Entertainment and many other celebrities from the entertainment world. Big powers were about to move together, because now the whole country is under just one name. Nayanthara Kapoor had gone crazy behind him. If you liked the story, please like the video.